everyone, to Call of Cthulhu, Below the Land of Fire. We are here, we're excited to play today. Unfortunately, Hannah is just so busy getting ready for a con, so go to the con that she's gonna be at and buy her stuff, because literally working her fingers to the bone, so you should buy her stuff, because anyways, we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are and who we are playing, because the rest of us are here. So, we're gonna start off with Yutsa. Yutsa, how are you tonight?
I am here. I've dissipated into the background of the city.
Yes.
Just like my mind will dissipate between space-time. Hi, I'm Yusai. It's been a long day. I will become visible at some point later. But yes, I'm playing Parker Lee, who has been thinking about what does it mean to survive? Is it worth what it will cost to survive? And yeah, choices, decisions, and not knowing things, and really wanting to know things, but not looking them up because might as well. Parker doesn't know, so why should I know, you know? That's
Parker,
for me.
yeah, that is for you. Wonderful. Next up we have Nuggetosaurus. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I agree with Yutsai. It's been a rough day. It's been a rough week. But I'm here. I'm glad to be back. I was not here last week, but I'm glad to figure out what horrors await me. So yeah, I'm excited but not excited.
What? Oh, I'm sure that the horrors are gonna be minimal, because I always seem to roll ridiculously low on y'all's sanity loss, specifically, compared to the other group, which, you know, you should feel fortunate for. But, someone who sounds like they're dying, but isn't, well, is kind of, but not, but we'll make it through, because we care, is Snow. Snow, how are you tonight?
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Hopefully Irina isn't dying. The reason why my face is frozen is because it's better frozen than it is dying of flu, so I am here playing Irina. I am alive still. Hopefully both me and Irina will be alive by the end of this session.
It's all you can hope for in Call of Cthulhu, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who is still alive would be Dimples and Dice. How are you?
Alive and rolling. I would say kicking, but I can mostly just roll around in my chair. I am going to be playing Teddy the Terror Gilbert. I don't know what else. Find me on socials at Dimples and Dice. I exist on the internet, and I don't make it a purpose to complain about things. So I could be somewhat entertaining and make terrible puns.
The best puns. Puns are great. Anyone who says otherwise can get out. I'm Love Lindy, and I love puns. And we're gonna do a little recap-aroo of what happened last session. Last session, the tunnelers, the underground, had branched out. They finished the tunnel to go underneath of the device completely, and they finished their branching tunnel, which was just a little bit of a cave-in, not much work really, to the archives that Bobby May had found out on an old map that they had negotiated for. And so Bobby May and Dr. Bronwyn went to investigate the old archives to see what they could find out and discover, hopefully, possibly anything useful. While that was going on, topside, the labor crews were shook up a little bit as Parker was placed on manual labor, and Teddy was moved to working the lava forges with Irina, where they actually did fairly well. Irina even managed to do a little sabotage to some of the component pieces that she had been upgraded to work on, because she keeps rolling pretty generally well. And while that was going on, Parker was working with Brenda Buckley, because she was not in tunnel duty that day. She swapped out with Bobby May. And was helping Parker excavate some things. He injured himself a little bit, fell through a bit of the floor, but discovered there was a little chamber underneath it. Found kind of a basement of probably one of the Elder Things, an Elder Thing at some point, maybe an Elder Thing engineer's house, as there was kind of a very self-entitled plaque, like someone who hangs their degree on the wall, but an Elder Thing murals about how cool the power systems are for the old city, which seems to be run on volcano power. And found some jars of mysterious liquid, dumped out most of his backpack to carry these mysterious jars up. And they all got the volcanologist, Dr. Renee Nelson, to examine some of this, and she drew some interesting conclusions from her preliminary studies, stating that she believes this is the materials that Irina, Teddy, and Parker have seen the Elder Things adjust the temperature of the lava forges with. So, Substance A will make it hotter depending on the quantities poured in. Substance B will cool things off a bit. Also, they're probably also using silica to adjust the flow of the lava forges. Silica would make it go slower, thus also cooling it off a bit. And they had the idea to, I believe, either extinct the volcano via making it go cold, or by making it go too hot and use up all of its magma, basically. Magma just big boom or run cold. But they wanted to see what Bobby May had dug up first, to see if she found any correlating discoveries, possibly. They spoke to Goop briefly, and Irina and Teddy had some good bonding moments as well. Well, they made a bunch of discoveries, so they had a good chat with Parker about vesselism, what it would mean to become a vessel. And Parker had a lovely date with Kenneth Boyles on the Titan Uranus, where he was able to check out that the submarine was intact. Doesn't seem to be currently under surveillance. It's just in a little bit of a remoter area, and that it was about half charged. It's a diesel electric submarine, which means you have to have the submarine not submerged below water to charge the batteries with the diesel engine. He managed to turn it on and get it running for a bit while he was on the Titan Uranus to charge it up to about 65%, so it's a little above half now charged, before having to leave. And he had some amazing lunch, which he brought the leftovers for the rest of the group, so they could not eat snail for dinner. And then everyone went to bed, and that's where we're going to pick up pretty much the next day. However, we're going to do a little and go to Bobby May. Bobby May, you and Dr. Bronwyn find these archives.
Mm-hmm.
Go through this tunnel, you swapped out. I need different music for these archives. The archives aren't this upbeat. Let me just tell you that much. There you go. You're looking through these archives. You get into these archives, and you see through the tunnel that was collapsed. It's not, the whole tunnel hasn't been excavated, but it's been made wide enough for people to crawl through. So you and Goop and Bronwyn went in there, and you found, looks very typical architecture of Elder Things, which means it looks very wrong. Weird angles, angles that just don't really work for modern architecture, but they seem to work here, or at least they're doing a thing. Lots of shelves with lots and lots and lots of tablets on them. Little stone, again, that weird, like, clearish, almost transparent, translucent, kind of blackish, smoky, glass-like tablets or slate. It's hard to tell. It's a weird material you've never seen before. But it looks a lot like those little thin sheafs of knot paper that you discovered the location of the archives on. And there seems to be, much like a library, different categories.
Okay.
Different sections for different things. And this archive, you would expect to go on for probably before. It looks like it has caved in a bit, like maybe it used to be all above ground, and it's sunken in over time. You see remnants of what used to be an upstairs, but that would have to be excavated from above. It is completely inaccessible from below. Lots of broken pieces through a few of the, like, spiral ramps that would have led up to there at some point. Parts of the area down here have been collapsed in as well, but you would assume this would probably be the size of, like a modern day Capitol building.
Wow. Okay.
It's big.
Is this all, like, books, quote unquote? Are there, because sometimes libraries will have, like, artifacts and stuff.
For your preliminary lookings, it does seem to be primarily books.
Books, okay. What section am I in?
I need you to give me an Elder cipher roll. However, I will say, because unfortunately Hannah cannot be here today, she will just be providing you a 20% boon to all your library research stuff.
Okay. Elder Things Cipher 30.
With a plus 20,
20.
that would be 35. So 30 out of 35 is a success.
Sweet.
So you determine based on, it's got kind of like those, how the malls have like those little kiosks in the center. You go over to one of those because it seems to have like a layout of this building. You see that there
You
are
are here.
basically, you see on this bottom floor, you see that there's multiple levels. This apparently used to be about 9 levels tall.
9. Okay.
You have access to the bottom level.
The very bottom level. Okay.
Everything else seems to have collapsed above.
Above.
You see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections down here. History, city maintenance, technology, culture, foreign entities, and mystical.
Mystical. Okay. I think I'm gonna head to city maintenance first.
Sure thing.
There's a lot of stuff I want to look at in here, but I think that's the go-to.
All right. Library use takes time. Usually you can get, I believe it's a library use check for every 2 hours, but you're working in Elder Cipher, which makes it more difficult. So we're gonna say that you get about 4 checks to start with, to see how things are going, and then we'll reevaluate from there depending on how good your successes are, because if you succeed better, it's not going to take as long to do certain things.
Okay.
So you're able to get a city maintenance with no problems. You're able to decipher this little layout down here. Not an issue. It's just further in a bit to the left.
Okay.
It seems to be right near one of the old spiral ramps that leads down, probably so they could access it easily. One of the more frequented sections. And now I need a library use check to see what you can find here in city maintenance.
Okay. And that'll still be with the buff from Bronwyn.
Yes.
Okay.
She is your, basically, librarian's assistant here.
Oh, success.
Regular success. Because you'd need a 35 for a hard success.
5,
with a 70. Yeah, so regular success. You see that there are 4 main sections here. There's city layout / expansion. It looks like, they had plans at some point. Sewage and disposal, power grid, and workforce maintenance.
I think I'll go to power grid.
That's a good choice. I mean, are you sure you don't want to go to sewage waste disposal?
I mean, maybe. That might be like
maintenance?
a way out, but I think power
Sure,
grid is
sure.
probably the smart one for the moment.
If you insist. So, in my mind, that you discovering this power grid section is happening at the same time Parker has gone through the basement of his own little section, like a few hundred feet away, and he's seeing his own little tiny, power grid thing, and he's figuring out some stuff. So you see that under the power grid section, it's like a whole section. There is subsections. There is layout, maintenance access points, grid information, and chemical processes.
What was the first one again?
Layout.
Layout. Okay, layout.
Maintenance access
Chemical
points.
processes.
And
maintenance.
then distribution.
Distribution.
Distribution,
Okay.
chemical processes, yeah.
Can I do an idea check or something
You
to
most
see
certainly can.
what would be the best to sabotage? What
Yeah.
thing?
Give me an idea check, which is just intelligence.
Intelligence. That's a hard
success. Okay, so based on this, and there's of course, because Elder Things love their little murals. There's a smaller rendition of the full wall mural that you'd say that Parker found in his basement of the volcano and little almost cyberpunk, almost like a vines coming out, but in a bit more oddly geometrical, almost like a computer chip coming out from the volcano, a little metallic on the base stone. You think that the most helpful would probably be maintenance access points to start with.
Okay, then I will
Because
head
that
there.
would be where they do any modifying.
Work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, then I will head there.
Yes. Go to the several shelves down, and I'm going to need a second library use check. It takes time to translate all this, and
yeah,
especially since you don't have a full codex. With a plus
with
20,
a
that's a
70.
70.
I will spend the 5 luck to make it a success.
Okay. All right. You spend the 5 luck to make it a success. So it does not take way longer to get this information. Because it's here. Just how long it takes you to find it all. So you find maintenance access points, and you see there's different iterations of like the city as it expands. You go to the most recent section, which you would think would be on the right, because English you read left to right. It's
right.
Bottom right to upper left. For
so diagonal kind of
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's odd, but you figure it out, and you find a thing. You can actually almost overlay it with your existing city map that you have, and it shows in tiny little metallic circles maintenance access points.
Perfect.
Where they would use when the city was most recent maintenance access points for the power distribution system, which appears to be lava, volcanic energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you realize, as you're looking at this, those different colored tubes in the floor, the red areas, the green areas, the light that kind of constantly emits from them, that's lava that they've just color-coded certain areas.
Oh.
It's all lava between your feet. That's also probably why the floors feel a little bit warmer than the air around you.
Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So they've just dyed lava. Okay.
Yep. Or
Sure.
the tubes are colored. One of the two.
Or that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I get from...
Takes heated flooring to a whole new level.
Right. From maintenance.
Yeah, you have maintenance access points. It seems to look like maybe little... Kind of like how you have a substation today. You've got the little chain link fence around it, the little, like, single building with it's basically the lava equivalent of that. So you assume that there's little...
satellite substations. Which can be used to cause blackouts. So... it's possible. Okay, I will backtrack if that's what I get in the maintenance section.
Yes, you get a map basically with
yeah. I will backtrack, and I'm gonna go to the distribution, the chemical, is that what it was?
Yeah, chemical. There is distribution and chemical processes. They're kind of like right next to each other.
Right next to each other. Okay.
It seems that distribution is more about the tubing, like the conduit, and chemical processes is more about temperature.
Temperature. Okay. I'll go to the temperature, I think.
And drill in the chemical processes. Sure.
Yeah. And I'll see what I can find in there.
Library use check.
Library use. Success.
That would be a hard success with a plus 20.
Yeah.
So it does not take you long at all. This is... You find the section. There's a lot of jargon that you do not have translations for. It would seem that these elder things have incredibly advanced bioengineering.
Bioengineering, okay.
A lot of these things seem to be bioengineered. You realize that the reason the tubing underneath you almost looks like a mixture between tree roots and computer chips is because they're grown.
Yeah.
They're not manufactured or made. They are grown like a weird plant.
Yeah, and that makes sense with what we know about the tower being and the lava tube going up. Okay. Okay.
So, but you get info on the chemical processes. It seems like they have a section, a cross-reference here. Yes, it's a chemical process for lava temperature control. There's a lot of, like, you recognize these because they're not in the dot patterns. They're little symbols. You figure out... Give me an idea check.
Idea check. Success.
You figure out that these are probably... Like, you have your table of elements. These little symbols are probably their equivalent of, like, the table of elements. Like, these are different...
Chemical compounds.
Chemical compound notations. Yeah, they're just not anything like our chemical compound notations.
That makes sense. Okay.
But you do have little pictures, so if you found things labeled with these pictures, you could cross-reference. Connect. Okay. It's very complicated. They have, like, a whole manual. It says, like, creation, instruction book. That one looks complicated as hell.
Yeah.
But you do get, you find one that correlates to, with your hard success, you find one that correlates to the maintenance access points, like what they would do at the maintenance access points to achieve A, B, C, D, E.
Okay. I will grab that book and I'll take that with me.
It's a few little
and then
thin sheets.
Like a little notebook kind of thing. And then I also want to take that chemical compound book too.
Sure. Yeah.
Because if we get back to the surface, I can give that to smarter people. So
you could, yes.
Yeah. Okay, and I think those are all my checks. So
yeah, you actually got a hard success on one of them, so you have enough time that you could look up another thing if you...
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I want to go to the mysticism.
Sure.
Section.
The mystical section. Yeah.
Yeah, mystical. And I'm gonna see what I can find in there.
Sure thing. That section's in the back. It's in the harder to access zone. You pass the foreign entities, and you see there's a lot of murals in that. It's like a little off room, and you see it's just coated in murals of really weird looking things. And as you go deeper into this library and just passively seeing these things, I do need a sanity check from
sanity. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. I've got like my little flashlight out, and as I'm like flashing and seeing these things, I'm like, whoa, Jesus Christ.
Why does that have so many tentacles?
Big failure.
Cool. That is gonna be 4 points of sanity.
4. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that you're passing by, and this whole area has a weird vibe.
That's
and also, just reading a lot of Elder Cipher.
Yeah, I've probably been in here for like almost 8 hours now, so...
Almost, yeah. Actually.
Actually.
Speaking of which, can you give me a education check?
Yes. I'm relatively educated. Success.
Yeah, you can add another 5 points to your Elder Cipher.
Oh, sweet.
So you've been able to get some more context clues for certain dot patterns through looking through this stuff. And you're kind of getting things on a rudimentary level, but it's better than not at all.
Yeah. I'm now at a 20 for my Elder Cipher. Yeah, so I'm gonna head to the mystical section.
Sure.
And see what I can see there.
One last library check, please.
Library use.
With a plus 20, that is 70.
Do I spend the 4? Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend the 4. Yeah.
Spend the 4.
Make it a success.
Make it a success. Alright. There are a few spells or rituals. A lot of them make your head spin just, like, looking at you. You put those back immediately. Yeah. There are a few that don't make your head spin. One of them you recognize. It sounds a little familiar. It's called, Biodome. You recognize that as the bubble, which you are getting from the great race of the Yithian. Kenneth.
The Yithian.
Yeah, Kenneth.
The manager.
The manager. Kenneth Boyles. You have you recognize that
Okay, I'm gonna take that too, so I can cross-reference and
Cross-reference?
see if he's lying
Sure.
to us.
Sure. Yeah. So you can take that. Don't have to read through that one to recognize it, because again, there's little pictographs on a lot of these. Some of them are just purely symbols with no elder cipher, and a lot of those make your head spin. You also notice one that something about weather.
Weather. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll take that too.
Okay.
Because I can read that later.
Yes.
Weather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something about weather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, if that's all I find, then I guess
with a cursory look, you're getting kind of tired, and I'll get a lot of these make your head spin. There's it goes further in, but it almost makes you feel queasy looking at it.
Okay, like nauseous the closer you get to it kind of thing?
The more mystical it gets, the worse you might... Looking at some of those might just require a sanity check.
Right. Is Goop with me, or did Goop is with them?
Would have briefly left while you were looking through very boring lava tube stuff. Brenda would have snuck him out. Gone for an hour or two, and he's back. Hi!
Hi, Goop.
Hi.
Are you familiar with magic or anything like that?
I'm not a magician or anything, but I know a couple things because I've seen Ash cast some spells and stuff.
Right. Okay, do any of these... So I found this weather thing, and then I found the biodome thing. Any of these on the shelves look interesting to you? Anything you think I should pick up?
Give me a luck check.
Oh, no. I just spent a shit ton of luck, so...
You spent 9. No, 9 wouldn't have helped you there.
Nope.
But I'll also have Goop make a check, just because if he could get something crazy. He did not get something crazy.
Okay.
I'd have to look at a lot of the stuff for a while to be able to tell you, but this weather one seems interesting.
Yeah, I think that one maybe it'll help with getting us back to shore, so that wouldn't be a bad idea to take. Okay. All right. Well, then in that case, I think it's about time we head back up.
It's been down here a while. I've been really bored.
Yeah, I'm sorry, darling.
I mean,
and we'll
weren't even reading out loud.
Well, it's really difficult to read this stuff out loud.
I get it. It's okay.
Sorry, darling. Do you want to go with somebody else next time I'm down here?
Well, maybe. I don't know if you're gonna have enough time. I mean, yeah,
we're coming up on the end here, I think.
Yeah, after you go to sleep, tonight, well, I guess you might not get much sleep because you've been here most of the day, but, it's gonna be the 23rd?
And we have till the 25th, right? 4th. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So you'll have the rest of, because it's middle of the night right now.
Right. So we'll have the rest of today and then tomorrow.
The whole workday and then tomorrow.
Okay. Alright, well then I need to go get some sleep. So
okay.
And Doc, I bet you're pretty tired too. So yeah, let's head on up.
Yeah.
And we'll head up.
Yep. It's shift change time, so you were able to sneak out. People are trading off with you, and you sneak out to go back to, basically the breakfast time. You do not have a lot of sleep today. It'll be a little detrimental possibly to Constitution, but you learned a lot, so you're able to meet back up before breakfast with everybody else on the Chum Guzzler.
Okay. I'll head into the boat and just kind of see if anybody's awake yet.
Yeah. I think Teddy's usually the pretty early riser.
Okay.
He's probably up.
Yep.
Hi, morning. Or should I say goodnight? But I'm not going to bed, but hi, morning.
Did you not sleep?
No, I was in the archives all night, darling.
I knew you were in the archives, but I didn't know if maybe you took a little time to actually rest.
No, that place there was too much to rest. I'm sure. I think I saw Dr. Bronwyn a couple times, napping. But yeah, no, I learned a lot. So
Anything worthwhile of note?
yeah, I think so. I found a map of some maintenance hatches, maintenance like substations that can be used to when we do sabotage, we could use them for sabotage. I found the ritual for the bubble.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So I can
Fuck yeah.
when the Yithian when Parker's boyfriend gives us the ritual, we can cross-reference and make sure that it's correct. So that he's not trying to swindle us or sabotage us or anything like that.
Well, that gives Parker a little bit of bargaining power, doesn't it? Assuming that is real.
Right. And then I also found another ritual for something to do with weather. I haven't had time to decipher it yet, but I will. Also, how are we? I've been gone all night. How are we on like the plan? Like we've got today and tomorrow, and then they're gonna activate that thing. So like, where are we on that?
Morning. What
Morning.
are we going to?
I got some spells and some
that's
information for sabotage. So
Right.
actually, I think they're rituals, not spells. But
Yeah, the
you know.
rituals.
yeah, Goop says they're rituals.
It's only a spell if you can actually cast it, but yeah. Welcome back, Bobby May.
Thanks.
What
I had a
about the
very
volcano
fruitful-
power?
Oh.
Yes. So the city runs on the volcano. I don't know if
Yep.
y'all know that.
Yeah, we're
you
planning
do?
to extinct it.
Planning to. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Are they
a
gonna
map
blow it
of
up
some.
or cool it off?
Yeah, are we blowing it up or cooling it off?
I think that's yet to be determined.
If we're trying to
Fair.
decide which one is going to be the best option,
I think we were leaving it for when you were back with the doctor.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I have to aid in that endeavor. I have this map, and I'll like pull it up and like put it over my map.
Yeah.
I'll see these silver
You
circles
put
here.
it
These
over
are
a
all-
light source, it's kind of backlit, and it makes the substations pop a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, I do it over like a flashlight kind of thing.
Mhm.
These silver circles, these are like substations that we can use. They're maintenance hatches that we can use to do some of the sabotage if we wanted to extinct the volcano.
excellent.
That's really good news first thing in the morning.
So, Bobby May, to be completely 100% honest with you, our plan works in theory. We don't know what's going to happen in action.
What's the plan?
Blow this bitch up
Yeah, how?
with dynamite.
I'm going to just show her my like impromptu map as I place down the pieces of my notebook to show her. Be like, here, this is the places, this is the structural weakness. I'll point on the part where I sabotaged it. This is the pipe that we think might lead, because it's supposed to be some sort of almost circuit, right? And these are where we're planning to plant the stuff.
Okay. All right. I do also have some additional information. There are some chemical processes that they use to heat up and cool off the volcano. And I have those, essentially this notebook, and I'll like hold it up.
You figured that part out, the heating it up and cooling it off.
I don't have any of the materials to do it, but this has the equations to do each of those different processes, right?
We got the other doctor over there. I forget her name. I always do.
The
but she-
volcanologist, yeah.
the volcanist,
Renee?
volcanologist.
Yeah,
Dr.
whatever.
Renee?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, her. She's been working on the chemicals that Parker found that apparently changes the temperature of the lava. So if you have the formulas to get the exact measurements, then we got what we need.
We got half a plan, I think. So I'm gonna. Renee's not with us, right?
No, she
No.
is currently
Okay.
in the belly of
She's
a
cooking.
old barge, doing mad science. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I
Okay.
think what we could do is just drop the cipher off with the equation and just let her have at it.
Sure.
I mean, she'll
Are
be
we-
doing food duties, so she can probably read it while she's cooking.
Rat. Yeah, and I can point out the different chemical symbols
sanity
and stuff. And we should be able to figure that out. Yeah, I can drop this off with her. That's not a problem. And then I could also no, I think I'm gonna hold on to this one. I found another book that's like their chemical like periodic table of elements. I'm gonna hang on to that one just because I think if we do get to the surface, smarter minds might be able to decipher
Sure.
that and figure that out.
No arguments from me on it.
Yeah?
All right.
Guess we should go have some sludge. Or more military rations.
You know, I'm like, well,
She's considering it. It's like, do I sacrifice my palate today? Or
Bobby's gonna go find Dr. Renee.
Sure. Goop's with you the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the bottom, the hole that she's in. She has big dark circles under her eyes. She did pretty
looks
good
sad.
sanity-wise, studying all this stuff, but you know, she didn't make all the checks. So you know, it happens. She's
Yeah.
like, oh hi, yes. Bobby May, how are you?
Yeah.
And she's got like, don't come in one moment. And she will like set
Sure.
something down. She's got like an impromptu little Bunsen burner going. And she's got like rubber gloves, like goggles, respirator on. She'll be like, meet you at the stairwell. Yeah, hi, so what's up? What's up? Fascinating things.
Yeah, I have something that I think might help. And I will hand over the notebook.
Oh, interesting. I can't read this.
I can help with that. I can.
Great.
So
I have a
whatever-
notebook. She'll
Yeah.
hand you like just a spare. She has like
Okay.
4 of them.
Yeah,
she
I will
just flips to
translate
some
it.
empty pages. Yeah, you can translate as best you can. Again, you don't know all of the words,
Right.
But you can. Okay, so this is the chemical compositions of. Interesting. So if we have this, and okay. I wish I knew what some of these elements were in relation to the overall chemical composition. The problem is that I'm running out of raw material. Is that I don't have raw materials to replicate this.
Right.
And I remember someone talked about making a volcano either blow up or go extinct. We're going to need more than that.
More than that. Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay. In my compendium, while she's talking about that, after I've translated for her, can I see if I can find like a repository of chemicals?
You would
of, like,
imagine that each substation would have basically a
those.
chemical closet so that
Parker!
you could make your adjustments at the substation. Because
Right.
Parker, find more of that stuff.
the substation probably doesn't have it all mixed, but it probably has the raw materials there so that you could do your adjustments at the substation. Kind of like there would be a toolbox on site to fix up the power grid. You wouldn't just not have any tools there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I will, in that case, then, I will essentially lay out the map, the substation map, and let her know, like, this is what we've got. This is what we're trying to do. What do you think?
Okay. Yes. Right. This one, location-wise, that one's closest to the device, but it's probably the most difficult one to get to. These are in the ruins right now, these two. I don't know exactly what's been excavated or not. I haven't been there myself, but if one of these is excavated or partially excavated, that I could, if possibly, get access to there. If someone would swap cooking duty with me. and
Sure.
see what's there. Substation for controlling volcanoes temperature. She looks like her mind is blown. Actually, she has to make a sanity check because this is her field of study, and she's like, this shouldn't be possible, but here we are. She succeeds. This is all just very advanced science. We are just in an advanced scientific culture. She's okay for now.
Okay. Then I will, I will scope out. You're looking at this substation, right?
Yeah, one of these
This
two.
particular one?
Yeah.
One of the two.
One of the two in the
right.
ruins. They're probably most actively using the one by the device because that's closer to where they're all hanging out. So, if one of these is not super terribly conditioned or buried, we might be able to get it working.
Okay, all right. Then today while I'm working, I can see, I will scope these two out, and then hopefully around lunchtime, I might be able to come back and swap with you.
Yeah, or someone who can chop and descale snails.
Yeah. Okay. All right, sounds like a plan, Doc.
All right.
And here's
and
your
you'll also
translations.
just have to let me know if you want it. It's going to take time to make more of these, so you will have to let me know whether you want it to go boom from hot, or if you want it to go cold. I will say making it go cold will take longer.
Will take longer. Okay. In your opinion, which is more likely to make the volcano obsolete? Like, can they restart? I mean, I don't know. With these chemicals, would they be able to restart or reheat it? Because we don't want them to do this again, right? So.
Yes, that would be bad. You have to cut it off from its magma flow. She's gonna make a check. It would be more difficult to reheat it.
Okay.
There is a chance that if the explosion isn't long enough or big enough, it won't fully empty out the magma chamber.
Magma. All right. Okay. So then that's the plan. How long do you think it would take? I know you said it would take longer to cool off the volcano. What's the timeline we're looking at? Would you have to start now?
Several hours. I'd have to start around lunchtime. I'd have to start mixing chemicals.
Okay. All right. Then I will get to it then.
Wait. I'm sorry. What's my deadline?
Tomorrow.
I would definitely need to start by lunchtime then, yes.
By lunch.
Maybe have an assistant?
Is there anyone here that you know that might...
Does anyone here know chemistry? You would know that Dr. Bronwyn knows some chemistry.
Yeah, Bronwyn has chemistry. I have chemistry.
Okay.
Bronwyn's is probably better than mine. But I have chemistry from
look and tell you.
My photo stuff.
Bronwyn's chemistry.
Mine's a 55.
Yours is technically, I think, a little bit better. She's got a lot of, she also has biology, and this is a biochemistry, so I'd let her. So either one.
Okay.
So yeah, either one of y'all. Or you could swap out to assist each other, to let someone have a break.
Yeah. Okay. So then we'll kind of tag team that then, I think.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. I will send somebody for you as soon as I am able, as soon as I scoop it out.
Right. Gotcha. Yes. I will clean up here then. And study what you've translated for me and... Yep, and food. Oh my gosh, I'm so good. Oh my gosh, it's about breakfast time. I need to go. She very hurriedly cleans up some stuff, but carefully. And it's you know what, I think, thankfully Marvin was on breakfast duty, but oh my gosh, I need to, okay, someone needs to cook for me for lunch. That's just,
absolutely.
Putting things in a
yeah, and I'll head back to the group then, at that point.
Sure thing.
And relay everything that was discussed.
Mm-hmm.
At Teddy's yelling, Parker would have woken up. His shoulders seem a bit slumped. His eyes are a bit more morose, and there's just a general kind of fatigue and emptiness to him that's a bit uncharacteristic. He has also, with waking up, ticked down finally to 40. So technically, I believe I can see goop now.
You can see goop now. Oh yeah, everyone subtract 1 from sanity or health because it's a brand new day. Woo!
Hate to be the narc. No, I don't. I enjoy it quite a bit.
Teacher! You forgot our homework.
Teacher.
Well, what about the homework?
Aren't you gonna collect today's homework?
No, just till sanity. Or health. You could choose hit points. Somewhere I understand. It's a choice.
Parker kind of rubs his face and gets up. Sorry, just a bit of a rougher morning.
Yeah, Parker looks pretty rough today.
I
Yeah, he
glance
does.
over it.
And you hear this tiny voice, a little echoey because it's coming from inside a little glass, wine bottle, but you hear it loud and clear. You see
That's
the little blob,
sign.
2 eyes.
I can see goop now.
You can see me?
A nod.
You want to be friends?
Yeah, sure. We can be
Oh, that
friends.
sounds great. Yay. More friends. Just a little wiggle dance.
Sorry.
River.
Late morning. Did anything important get decided while I was sleeping in?
Yeah, we're gonna try to cool off the volcano instead of explode it, because if we try to explode it, there is the possibility that we don't do it properly. We don't empty out the magma chamber, and it's way harder to reheat a volcano than, let the magma rebuild.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a multi-hour process, so...
Wait. Hold on. I don't mean to interrupt this very important topic. But Parker, were you just talking to the oil slick?
I can see him now. I can hear him too.
That's I just give Teddy like a look, like, oh god, we're the only ones, except Bronwyn.
Okay, no, sure, okay. Continue.
But yeah, so we're gonna try to cool off the volcano. Dr. Renee is we're gonna have somebody switch out with her at lunchtime. It's our job, us worker bees, to check out these 2 relays and see which one would work best for our purposes. And then at no later than lunchtime, we have to send for her, and she has to start working, because she said it's gonna take longer to cool off the volcano than it does to blow it up. So she needs to start working on that today, since tomorrow's our deadline.
Right.
Just to let you know, the cooling off process is a multiple hour thing, and I don't think
Yeah,
the other
no,
things,
that's
the shock ops are going to sit around and let it happen.
You'll need a distraction once it becomes noticeable.
yeah. I think that's when probably we blow stuff up, and then they'll be concerned with that instead of their cooling volcano.
Right.
Oh, your spell is, and I point over to your stuff. Got dropped off the other day.
Oh, all right. And I will compare the 2.
So it looks like the version that Kenneth brought you is a little bit more basic, a little easier to follow. It's written in English, whatever words are there. It seems that the Elder Thing version that you found out is a bit more complicated. It's the same purpose. It creates a bubble dome connecting to points of the land or a ship or some type of solid surface. It seems that the Elder Thing version is a little more advanced in that you can also manipulate the dome should you need to, like turn it into different shapes or increase or reduce size. It has more options basically, but it's going to be harder to do.
Okay, then the basic one. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. But he didn't like gyp us or anything.
Nope, it seems to be completely accurate, just simplified for human minds.
Perfect. Okay.
We also have a 1 wild card we can use on a condition.
What?
Kenneth is not on the side of our captors. So I've worked out a deal. We can, in exchange for either killing Bob, the guy who is watching doors that's part of this time police. Do I have that right? Or we just get Doris away from Bob so he's distracted chasing after Doris. And Kenneth is willing to lend us aid in a way that doesn't directly contribute to us being able to escape.
Much like the bubble dome.
I'm sorry. What does Bob have to do with this? With anything?
From the context, because I didn't really press him at the time, didn't seem right to push the issue. Bob is interested in the Yif's abilities because the mind transcends space and time, so it does technically violate time in a sense. So Bob, being a member of the Time Police, would seem to want to crack down on that sort of thing. Distracting him would mean that at least Kenneth, or the subset of Yif that Kenneth's a part of, would have less to worry about with that sort of authority being around.
Kill Bob or help
Okay,
Doris escape. Those are the two-prong.
So,
Oh, and the sub's powered up to like 65%. If we could get it
Okay.
into the water, which, I mean, if we get like 4 teddies to push the thing in, that'd probably be enough. Still only has capacity for 4-ish people, but if we needed to splinter off and find our own escape while getting the other folks out of here with the bubble spell, that might be something we can use.
Right, might I have a
Okay.
look at that, by the way, Bob and May? The bubble stuff?
yeah, I've got the Elder Thing one and the English version, so you can take a look at it. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Now I'm sorry, I keep coming back to this, but is Kenneth saying that Doris is a Yith?
No, Doris is I believe the way he phrased it is Doris is her own self. Wasn't particularly
An independent
specific on that.
entity.
Yes, not Yith, not Elder Thing.
So then why?
Apparently,
Go ahead.
the penguin is disruptive in some way from the way that all these weirdos seem to make it sound. The penguin
Right.
is throwing shit off.
So
Which
then why
weirds
does
me.
Why does Kenneth care if? Why does Kenneth want Bob to not catch Doris?
No, it's merely because Doris is the distraction. I don't think he particularly cares if Doris makes it or doesn't, as long as Doris is leading Bob away from here.
I see. All right.
Let the agent of chaos go so that the lawful people follow.
Yeah. How would we do that?
We could think of something that's contingent on us actually getting out of here. So
We
it's
might be able to
literally,
just stick Doris
we
out
get
of the
help-
bubble and just
we get
let
help
her float.
now, and we fulfill our obligation after. I would
Later.
be agreeing to some sort of
Oh, so
magical
you essentially
binding agreement. Yes.
you would have to do that.
Yes. So we can get the help now, and should we survive, we would have to fulfill I would have to fulfill my obligation.
Okay. All right. I mean, he's already given us the biodome. What else?
That's the thing. It's just
What-
kind of a wild card of a favor.
Well, because like he can't directly help in our escape, so he can't help with any of our plans. So
You can get us more of those fluids things.
Supplies, knowledge,
But
as long
that-
as
wouldn't
it's
that-
not a weapon or that can hurt them or a direct rescue, I think it's fairly flexible.
And if he fucks
Alright.
us, I can shoot him in the head.
If your bullet can beat his magic, which didn't you try that already?
Not yet.
I'm not
No.
shooting him.
You only punched
I'm
him.
willing to test my bullets against his magic. I did kick the shit out of him. That is a thing that happened.
Well, you better do it soon because I'm pretty sure he's leaving in a couple days,
I mean,
maybe before.
the question is, Parker, again, do you want to go with him?
Parker kind of looks to the side, and the bags under his eyes seem to grow a bit darker. Honestly, Teddy, the way things have been going, I don't know if you're even going to make it out of the bubble alive.
See? They're starting to understand, Irina.
I don't think it suits him to understand. Are you alright, Parker? You don't look like yourself.
I don't know, maybe. it's a lot, you know? And
Yeah.
for a while, I was hopeful. For a while, I was fighting, looking for any rope to grab onto, but I'm tired. And my head hurts, my back hurts. Every time I close my eyes, I see nightmares. Every time I open them, I see this hell. It's just a lot. And I think I've had enough time to think for it all to actually sink in for a bit. The doc needs someone to fill in for her on the kitchen duty, right? Maybe I could just...
Cut up some snails?
or something. Sorry, yeah, just give me some time to process and all. I can be.
I should make a list of the things you gotta do today. Might help take it off your mind, Parker. Gotta get to the substation. You gotta plant the explosives. You gotta swap some people.
Yeah, Parker, as much as I would love to give you a reprieve, I think I don't think I'm gonna be able to find these substations and figure out what I need by myself. You've seen these chemicals. I think I might need your assistance.
There's a pause, like he was hoping he would get a break, but he nods because it does make sense. Yeah, no, I literally stumbled into the room that held these things, so yeah, I can show you where
Well, because the stations that we're gonna find, they should have them. So we don't have to go searching for new ones. We just have to scope out the stations and get Dr. Renee into one.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm your man.
All right. Well, let's eat something and then get to work, because we got 48 hours. Probably not even that.
I know I'm a little behind, but are we taking the deal? By we, I mean Parker. So we know.
I don't think we've decided yet.
All right, you take your time.
Yeah, because that's on you, Parker. That's... Because if you fail, that's your... You said it was a mystical binding thing, so...
You know, that's last resort for a reason.
Right. We eat breakfast.
You eat breakfast, and before you know it, it's time to go on to shift. Which means Irina and Teddy get sent to the lava forges, and Parker and Bobby May are on manual labor. Get to manual labor. We'll start there. We'll start with manual labor. You see Brenda from the underground. She goes, "Hi y'all. So we actually were pretty smooth during some shift changes earlier. Yeah, we used some smaller containers. We moved that diesel, that gasoline, the amount that you said needed to be moved underneath the tunnel. We've got it underneath the tunnel. We rolled surprisingly well.
Perfect. That's amazing. Thank you. That's gonna be very helpful.
Don't have any of the explosives. I thought y'all said you had like dynamite or C4 or something.
Yeah.
Those still need to be planted under there, but we got all the gasoline there.
Okay, perfect. And then we can get
Wash is all setting that up down there right now.
Good. We have who has the dynamite and the C4 and stuff? Is that just in the boat, in the chum guzzler?
Either in the chum guzzler or Teddy has it. I think y'all may have stashed it at the chum guzzler.
I want to say we stashed it, but I don't know for sure, so I'll wait till Teddy comes back.
Sure.
We'll definitely get those explosives to you today, because I think we're coming up on our deadline here soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be real soon.
So we'll get those to you today. We'll make sure that they're all set up and good to go. We are actually looking to Okay, so the tunnel that they've been digging it goes to the archive and it goes to underneath the tower, right?
It goes
doesn't go
underneath
anywhere
the
else?
tower and it branches under the archive. Yeah, I mean,
To the
there are
archive.
more offshoots because these tunnel systems existed below the city before. They just basically are excavating
Clearing,
them and
yeah.
expanding upon some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
Teddy,
other
do you have
offshoots
the
that could lead to places.
could be open?
But there's so many possibilities.
Okay. They're stashed on the boat. Okay. Okay. Then yeah, we Brendo, there's I can tell you exactly where they are on our boat if you want to have somebody grab them.
Sure,
as long
sure.
as they can be real stealthy like.
Sure, we can make that happen. Or if you guys wanted to take the dynamite with you since you need to be a manual labor duty, you could.
Yeah, that we can do that, and I can just give them to her now.
Mm-hmm.
Are we giving them the dynamite and the C4?
Probably
Didn't
gonna
we
want
need
a
to
little
save
both.
some for the machine
Both.
topside?
You could, the setting some on the top side would mean you have to potentially use less gasoline underneath it. Using a bunch underneath it is a surefire way to topple it.
Do what we want to do. So yeah, I think our best bet is to just pile it all up on the bottom.
I'll
Yeah.
take a surefire way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see...
use more resources, make less rolls, or make more rolls, use fewer resources? That is the game here.
Right. Yeah. Can we see if there is a way to get to the relay stations from these tunnels? Is it clear or no?
Why don't either Parker or Bobby May? Why don't you make me luck check?
Just one of us or both of us?
Why not both of y'all? You could each make a luck check. You
Luck
both
isn't
have a little looky-loo
Great either.
at those maps.
Oh man, 52.
Parker,
Yeah.
absolutely not. There is no way any of these tunnels. It would
He's
take
having
too
one of
long
those
to
kinds of
excavate.
days.
Yeah. Bobby May, there's a couple that you could spend time to excavate.
But that takes time.
But that takes time. You think,
Yeah.
the topside excavation, depending on where they are and how they're looking, might be easier than trying to get at it from underneath.
Okay. Then in that case, unless there's something you want to do down here, we'll head up and see if we can get to those.
Okie dokie.
Right behind you.
Okay.
Do either of you two want to set the dynamite and C4 charges, or do you want an NPC to do that?
What type of check is that?
Ooh, that, I believe, is a demolitions check, which is a specialty.
Do not have
See.
demolitions.
To do it like dynamite. Let me look at the sheet. Let me pull up Dr. Brown. Let me look at your sheet. Operate heavy machinery could also do in a pinch because it's basically more kind of setting up stuff.
Could my chemistry apply in this for knowing where to put it so it has the biggest effect?
I'd say yes, you could use chemistry based on the tunnel space, some physics.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I will allow chemistry to work here.
I will try my chemistry then. Fingers crossed. Success.
That is a success. Yeah, so you and Parker are able to put the dynamite and the C4 in strategic places, and you have 1 pack of C4 left over.
Okay. Sweet. And then we'll head topside and see if we
Sure.
can make it to these relay stations.
You have a map. You don't have to make a navigate check. It's not that hard. One of them seems to be in an area a little farther back. Lots of rubble. You probably have to do a little bit of quiet, subtle clearing so that no one notices you to get into it. The other one is already partially excavated, but it would be a lot easier for people to see.
See. Right. Okay.
So, which one do you guys want to go to?
When you say people would see us, just anyone? Specifically
Beings.
elder things?
Yeah.
Beings, fellow
The elder
workers,
things,
the elder
fellow
things.
workers.
Yeah.
Who could rat on us because they're
Yeah.
crazy.
So one's more excavated, but it's a lot more visible. The other one's a lot harder to see, but it's a lot
Yeah.
less excavated.
I think stealth is probably the best bet.
Yeah, I'm not exactly stealthy, Bobby May.
Neither am I, but I feel like if we move slow enough,
Mm-hmm. You
we
do
should
have
be okay.
the
I have an
underground,
idea.
since they're done digging.
They
you
could
have
help?
They can help.
Okay.
either with distractions, so people don't see it, or with the digging itself. With the exception of Tara's boyfriend, he is down there below, making sure nobody else
he's not
messes with it, and he's still super dead.
Super dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as
That's
Tara
fair.
doesn't see us.
Yeah, as long as Tara doesn't see him. Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
out of character and kind of maybe evil, but we were talking about distraction and we talked about how Tara thinks her boyfriend's dead. Just saying. That
That's-
could be a fantastic distraction.
Tuck that in the pocket for now.
Throw that man under the bus. He's been through enough.
I mean,
No,
she's
that's-
gonna find out
That's
anyway when we
mean.
leave.
That's mean.
She will find out
Hilarious.
either way, but
Yeah.
sooner rather than later is
I
good for
believe,
humanity,
as
maybe.
Wash said, she'll only find out if she makes it to the escape boat
If she
in
makes
time.
it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Bobby May, did we decide on the partially excavated or the other one?
I think the one that hasn't been excavated yet, and I think we'll get some of the crew to help us because we don't. The element of surprise is key here. We do
Mhm.
not want to be seen. So
okay, I will require stealth or sleight of hand checks.
Not great choices for either.
I will do a sleight of hand because I'm
Sure.
better at that.
I'll try a stealth.
Oh fuck! Oh no!
I have.
Oh,
Eesh.
No!
That's all bad.
Wait,
That's
that
not
could have been
even-
that could have been a spot hidden check for all we know. which
you
would've
don't
been
know
great
what
for
it
us.
is. That is correct.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I will say a 96 is worse than a 93 and a 90, so.
Hmm. Question is, I don't think I
there-
wouldn't be able to push it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna push a 20.
You're not gonna push it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, not with a 40. Shit. Okay.
Could I roll spot hidden to see if someone spotted us?
Yeah, you could roll a spot hidden as well. Yeah, you both could roll a spot hidden if you want.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's 3 failed rolls in a row, I think.
Bobby
Extreme
May,
success.
you guys have not been spotted. That was the Elder Thing spot hidden check.
Oh, thank
and
fuck.
they rolled, and they failed as well. You may have failed your stealth checks, but they also failed their spot hidden checks. So,
Okay.
We
Okay.
just failed.
a
Not
little
as bad.
worse. Yeah.
We failed better.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so you guys have not been seen yet. You and 2 members of the underground are with you, and you guys have made it to this little relay station, the substation. It's got a low... You know, like on those beach houses, they have those like wavy concrete fences with like a couple cutouts in it of things. Basically, that's what surrounds this little substation. Of course, it's all filled in with all sorts of rubble, and parts of it are collapsed and broken, but you can definitely see there once was like this little perimeter around it and a gate. It's no longer functional. You're able to crawl in through one of those little holes in the former wall to get through, which obscures you a bit more from the main excavation area, and get to the substation itself. Now, you do need to clear the substation. The building itself is a small dome, almost like an igloo. But the front of the igloo, instead of being rounded, that is triangular. The rest of it, completely domed.
Okay.
And not quite like an immediate triangle, it's like an off triangle. It's weird angles.
Weird.
Weird angles. So, but the walls and ceiling seem to be pretty intact. There might be a couple holes in the ceiling. It's hard to tell without climbing on top, which you don't want to do because it would make you very visible.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a pretty intact structure.
Okay. Then yeah,
Um,
we'll start
You
working
give
on it.
me strength checks, or dexterity checks, depending on if you're trying to use more levers, to fulcrums to move things around, or if you're just trying to brute force stuff out of the way to see how fast you can clear this rubble.
Ooh, success for Bobby.
Woohoo!
Success.
We're much
Oh.
better at this.
That is a hard success for, we'll say Diego's with you.
Mhm.
And Brenda is with you. Brenda's a strong girl, but she's not 76 strong. Brenda will spend a little luck. Brenda has a little bit of luck. She'll make that a basic success, which means you all are able to clear through the doorway. The door itself is kind of on its hinges. Doesn't really have hinges though. You notice that the door like recedes into either side of this weird like triangle entrance. Part of it's stuck. The part you can break out and crawl underneath.
Crawl under. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you get in, and there is some rubble in here, but this room is relatively intact.
Sweet. Okay. I think we just... Is the rubble hindering anything?
There are a few chunks of rock on what appears to be some control panels, but it doesn't look like anything's broken.
Okay.
Just like
we'll have...
when big piece of rubble from outside hit ceiling, part of ceiling fixture dislodged and fell onto. Yeah. There's a lot of so much dust on everything in here.
So much. Okay.
So much dust. And not like dust like from the air, but sediment. Because you remember all of this was underwater. So it's like that
gross,
silty
mucky
sediment. It's dried by now, which makes it more dusty, but it's that sediment, really gritty.
Heavy
dust.
Yeah. Okay. I think then we have the crew help us clear out this room, and then we'll send them to switch out with Renee.
Okay.
And well, I'll stay because we're gonna switch out with Bronwyn. So.
Okay, so we're gonna, as you guys are clearing this room and looking around to see what's all here, we're gonna cut over to the lava forges for today. Teddy and Irina, let's roll on your lava forge hazard table. Oh, y'all are safe. Safe enough. So close. No lava bubbles for you today. Look, I was like, maybe we'll get one fun lava bubble, and you'll have some old magma explode in your face, and it'll be fun. But, you know, it's okay. Because y'all are going to be playing with lava soon.
You make that sound like it's something that maybe we should look forward to or something. Like,
who doesn't love bubbles?
Who doesn't love a little lava bubble exploding in your face?
Yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be fine. It'd be fun.
Nice magma melt.
Little magma. It'd be very memorable. But not today. Can I have you both make me mechanical repair checks?
Yay.
Look at you, Irina. You are the favorite. With your hard success, you are working again on some critical components. They seem to be even closer. Like, tomorrow they'll be doing their final checks and getting ready to run this thing. Teddy? You're still on smelting some stuff. You're just slow. You're smelting, it's not that hard, you can't fuck it up easily, but you're slower today. You're still pretty sore from working the forges yesterday. You're just a little slower than they would like. They seem a little impatient, especially since the device is so close to being done. Like that maybe, if you would move a little faster, it could be done sooner, and they're just annoyed by the fact that you're not faster. They'll get, well, will they?
Honestly, not that concerned.
Yeah, but Irina, you are putting together components again today, and with your hard success, would you like to try to hide anything?
More
sabotage anything more, or are you just gonna keep working?
What am I gonna hide is a good question.
Well, signs of sabotage, for one. Or anything else.
Okay. You know what would be interesting?
I'd love to know.
You know our, like, sleepy time hippos that we could possibly use?
Yes, you do have some sleepy time hippos.
And you know how this thing, if it hits lava, it'll emit the sleepy
times?
It'll
basically be like fire, yes.
Yes. Imagine if we were to, do the blowy uppy thing, magma touches it, it might
and
be
then poof, above ground cloud of sleepy time hippo.
Of sleepy time hippo, yeah.
You want to hide a sleepy hippo in here?
I'm gonna hide a sleepy hippo in here.
You might most certainly hide a sleepy hippo in here.
Yay.
They don't notice.
Whew.
They do not notice you stash a strategic sleepy time hippo up here, and a part that you know based on like studying this tower for a little bit is going to be near a lava tube. or probably near an explosion point. So it will go off probably whenever it goes boom. This should catch fire in the place you've put it in and won't be noticed. Is there anything else you'd like to do while being on the lava forges for this first half of your day?
I'm gonna try to contact the Russian spy.
Okay, how would you like to do this?
Okay, so are they usually on the other side? Are they usually working on the other side?
They're usually working on the same forges as you, but on the opposite shift.
Okay, so opposite shift. So it's still possible to kind of, okay.
Yeah, if you were to, like, leave a note in a place or something that you know, like, oh, I set these tools down and they're not gonna get picked up till the next shift, that note might be received.
Do they usually clean up after us, or no, not at all?
As long as your stuff is put away, it doesn't seem that they do any cleanup between.
Cool, if that is the case, I will, like, under the
if your stuff's really messy, they'll be like, hey, what's going on here? But if your stuff is how you found it,
yes,
they leave
I'm
alone.
Gonna basically
more work.
prepare a little bit
more work.
I'll prepare like a note in
Russian
English.
Okay.
Because it is hopefully more difficult for things that know different languages, or just directly into your brain.
You know, you do have that cipher that the Russian wrote in.
I'm going to use his cipher then.
You could use his cipher, yeah.
And basically ask him to help work in another hippo.
Okay.
I'll leave the hippo at his door.
Yeah. So what do you say to have him work in this hippo? Because imagine if you didn't know anything about this plan, and I was like, hey, can you stash this like little sleepy hippo on the place somewhere? Do you maybe fill in some of the plan?
Working with Wash.
Okay.
Like
that'll instill some confidence.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
Can you work this in?
Working with Wash. Can you work this into the device?
Basically.
Sure.
Like, I don't know who else is working as a part of the underground resistance, okay?
Yeah.
So.
Do you say anything about sabotage at all or anything?
I mean, working with Wash is hopefully enough to
hopefully
say we're
enough,
sabotaging
sure.
this.
Wash is a character. I'm here for it though. So. Alright, working with Wash, can you work this into the device? Probably hidden. Okay. You are able to leave a note and stash a little hippo under one of the tools.
Alright, Mr. Spy, please work.
Okay, Mr. Russian Spy. I will have to message Greg. Have him make some rolls. So, anything else? Anything else you'd like to do besides hopefully set up some more sabotage?
I mean, besides sabotaging, did we need anything else to set up on our side? I don't think so. I mean, there's the stuff we have to do underground, but everything else above ground is not as necessary, is there? Did we have an above ground dynamite thing we wanted to set up? I'm trying to remember.
You thought about it, but it was one of those things where it was fewer resources, more rolls, or more resources, fewer rolls. Fewer rolls has been opted for at this point in time.
Okay.
So you don't need to sip explosives above ground, because you've got a bunch of them below.
If that is the case, I will probably make sure to keep mapping where the circuits are, because the magma tubes are being continuously built.
They are.
So I'm going to update my mental map to update it later on.
Sure thing. Not a problem. And before you know it, it's lunchtime. It's grilled snail again with a seaweed wrap. Lava grilled snail. possibly the last time you'll get to enjoy this delicacy. Unless, you get to be here on the Lava Fortress tomorrow. You're not sure yet. But, grilled lava snail on a seaweed wrap. What a delicacy. And as you guys are enjoying your delicacy, we cut back to that power relay station. Bobby, May, and Parker, this place looks virtually untouched since before it, skablooshed underwater. The Chaos City fell into disarray.
After we clear it, get the rubble off of the consoles and stuff, they go away, right? They leave.
They can.
To switch out with the doctors.
Yes, the doctors. Can you both make me spot hidden checks while you're clearing stuff out?
Yes. Hard success.
Excellent. So both of you notice there is a trapdoor in the floor. You slide it open. It's hard to slide open because it's kind of, again, all that silt and grit has jammed up a bit. You're able to slide it open, and there is a ramp leading down. Because again, Elder Things hate stairs. All ramps. Very accessible. And in there, that appears to be the supply closet where a lot of base materials are to be found. And so you find that. With a hard success, Bobby May, you are able to recognize that in this little basement area, storage area, are a lot of vials with a lot of chemicals and very faint, kind of like how glass etching, it's not like a paper label, they're glass etched with different alchemical symbols.
Okay. I'll pull out my periodic table of Cthulhu elements, or elder elements, and start comparing them, essentially.
Yeah, you see it that there's a bunch of them here. Basically stuff that you would need. You recognize a lot of them from the formulas that you give to Renee, Dr. Renee Nelson, to make the stuff to either make the volcano go boom or to make it cool off and cool down.
Okay. Is there anything that's not a part of that chemical equation? Any chemicals here that isn't a part of those equations?
A couple.
Okay.
There are a couple. They're either not a part of the...
what those do.
Yeah, they're not part of the basic, heating, cooling stuff, or there are, backups or emergency. It could be basically an Elder Thing equivalent of a fire extinguisher. You're not sure.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Parker. How you doing, darling?
When you look over to him, he's just kind of staring off into space for a bit. Blinks a couple times. Yeah, no, I'm here. Need some or?
No, I don't need anything. I'm worried about you.
Me too.
Yeah, Goop's worried too. Well, you can hear Goop now.
I can hear him now.
Yeah. Do you remember? Well, I'm sure you remember when we were in the lava tubes up on the island.
Yeah.
And your back kind of got all fucked up.
Yeah, painful memory.
Painful, yeah. But you see Bobby's kind of struggling with Bobby doesn't really struggle with her words. She's very much so says what's on her mind kind of thing. And she's very much so struggling with her words in this moment. When you fell behind, I flashed my camera, right? And that surprised the young Shoggoth and we were able to get you away. I've never done that before. I've never saved someone before. I don't know. No, that's a lie. I know why I did it. You don't get to die Okay.
He looks confused at your statement.
You. Hey. Oh, shit. Sorry, cat and dog came in close proximity. Sorry. Yeah, you dying is unacceptable, so don't.
I don't know if we got much of a say in the matter, honestly.
No, I have a say in the matter, and I'm saying don't.
There's a small smile. Really, it's the more I think about it, I think I'm just kind of going through the stages of grief. First job, somewhere in Europe, didn't believe a lick of this eldritch kind of stuff. There's always an logical explanation. Gets sent out here, ate guinea pig, gets stabbed by a cultist, pissed me off like hell. Trapped down here, taking every available option, making every deal I could, even a shitty one. And I guess I'm just like right now, it's just kind of hitting me like this ain't a storybook. This isn't a novel. There's no guarantee we're going to get out of this. We're probably just going to die down here after giving it our best shot. Maybe a couple of us get out. But maybe it's also just the atmosphere of the place. It seems harder to wake up every time.
I get that. No, go ahead.
I think I will bounce back. I think I just haven't been giving this experience its proper due, you know.
I don't blame you. This is insane. This is literally insane what we're going through. People are not gonna believe us when we tell them what happened. They will think we are certifiably crazy. And honestly, we probably are. I don't know how
Only
we can't
some
be.
of you.
I gestured to Goop.
Right, Goop. Yeah. I don't know how we can't be crazy after seeing the things we've seen. It boggles me that some of them still can't see Goop. After all the shit we've seen, they just are too blind to see Goop. Like, it blows my mind. Just, you don't... Feelings are dumb. Don't die, okay? You're not allowed. It's just plain and simple.
He picks up the fact that you said when we tell people about this, like we're going to survive. There is a small smile and a kind of like a nod. You do still feel a bit of the hollowness from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The doc's a great doc, but sometimes I think you just need a little bit of time to process.
No,
although
I agree.
He pulls out something he's been like keeping on him. I've been feeling this kind of dread building up, and you know me, I got a wild idea in every spare pocket of mine. He pulls out the filter of love.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have that? Didn't you already use the love spell?
No, that was for Kenneth. I don't know. I've just been feeling this kind of apathy, this dread, this like moroseness building up in me. And I thought if I do just kind of, as Teddy would put it, lose myself or what makes me me, and I just kind of, let the dread, let all of this overcome me. I mean, there's a lot of powerful things that can keep a man going. Even if it's fake, even if it's temporary, I thought I could imbibe, and that might give me the push to scrape myself out of this hell, and actually get some time to recover for real.
Well, let's leave that as a last resort. For now, I can guarantee you I will do everything in my power to make sure you make it out of here alive.
Thanks, Bob May.
Bob and May, can I have
Yes.
a word alone with you for a moment?
Sure, Goop. I imagine we're still down like in this storage
Yes,
closet, so
yes.
so
Can
I'm
you-
just like, 1 second, Parker, and I'll go
I'll
upstairs.
talk real quiet. Bobby May, do you like Parker?
So,
You said feelings are stupid.
Rat,
Yeah.
you.
Does that mean
Okay,
you have
question.
feelings?
Question first.
Yes. Yes.
There's this storage closet that
Yes.
Parker is in,
Yes.
and then there's like this chamber
ramp.
that
Yeah, and
yeah,
then the main
up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I went.
Yes.
And then there's like an alcove, like a door that we came through that's
yes,
like
there's
covered.
like a door. Yeah, like a half open, it's half busted open door now. Yeah, you can be by the door.
Okay. I'm gonna go out there.
Okay, you can
Just
go
wanna
to the
further
alcove.
away.
Yes.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be overheard.
Yeah. Parker, you can give a
Ah.
listen check, by the way, if you want.
I don't think he does. I think he's still kind of
Okay.
off.
Okay. And like whispering to Goop. Goop is like
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I am not. I don't know how to explain this to a Goop blob. I don't believe I'm capable of feeling love. I really don't.
Then,
But yeah.
then what are you feeling? If you don't want him to die.
Right. I mean, the others, I would be, annoyed if they died, but, it is what it is if they do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know me very well. I mean, we're friends,
No,
but...
Betsy Bates told me a lot, though.
Oh, great, she has.
Yeah.
So, do you know that whole situation then? Should I describe it to you?
No, it's okay. She just says you don't... She was really surprised when you saved Parker, because you don't save anybody.
No, I don't.
Ever.
Ever. In all the times where I have been in a situation where I could have,
Yeah,
I
you've
have
seen
always
some
chosen...
people die.
I have always chosen not to. Willingly, because... Honestly... my opinion... I don't know how to... Like I said, I don't know how to describe this to a person at all.
Well, I'm not
But
completely a person, so it should make it a
you're
little
not
easier.
right. A little easier. When we were kids,
Uh-huh.
my mother favored Gracie May.
Mm-hmm.
Without question. Everybody knew it. Everybody saw it. One year, about our 9th or 10th birthday, I don't remember which.
She said it was your
9th birthday. I was up for an award at the county photography competition for the photography I had been doing for my school. And the ceremony was on our birthday, and that's what I wanted to do for my birthday.
Uh-huh.
But Gracie May wanted to go roller skating. So that's what we did. I did not win the award. I wasn't even there. But I was mad. I was upset. And I wasn't in a good mood when we went roller skating. And obviously, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, my mother took my camera and smashed it to pieces
Oh, no.
and told me that if I couldn't have a good attitude, I couldn't have good things.
That's not very nice. You
No,
love your camera.
I
You
do.
love your camera. See, you do love something.
It's an inanimate object. I could just buy another. You can't buy another person. That sucks.
Yeah,
That-
usually
you
not.
can't. You can't do that. No, absolutely not. So, and I don't think I've ever been madder in my entire life. I decided that if she can take away what I love, I can
you
take
could
away what
drown
she
Gracie
loves.
May.
I could take away what she loved. And she loved Gracie May.
Mm.
So we were down by the dock. There was a storm rolling in. Gracie always loved going out on the dock in storms. It was raining. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it was a hurricane rolling in. And she slipped. And she hit her head. And she asked for help. I pushed her under and didn't let her come back up.
Yeah. She's really not happy about that in particular.
Yeah, I don't care if she's not. I don't regret what I did, not even in the slightest. And if I could do that to my own flesh and blood, I did that to my sister. I did that to my mother. How can somebody like that be capable of love?
Well, there's somebody out there for anybody. I mean, even big scary mafia guys have people they like.
That's very true.
And they kill lots of people.
They do. And every time that they killed somebody in front of me, I just let it happen.
Yeah, Gracie May told me you've seen a lot of people bleed out.
Yeah, I was with the mafia for a long time. Even longer than I was supposed to be. I didn't help them with anything. They just liked documenting their kills, so they had a record of it. So I helped. Parker dying is unacceptable.
You don't want him to die, which means you probably like him.
I enjoy his company.
Yeah.
And I think he is smart and very savvy in the things that he does.
Do you think he's handsome?
Yeah, objectively speaking, he's handsome. But I mean, so is Teddy. So is Irina. She's gorgeous. So is Dr. Bronwyn. So...
But you don't want to hang out with them as much as Parker.
I don't want Parker to die. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, well, I think that you shouldn't pull a Teddy and not tell the person that you like, not tell the person you like that you like them.
Yeah, but what if we live?
Then you guys get to hang out all the time because you guys like each other, maybe.
Then there's gonna be expectations, and like I said, I'm kind of a murderer, so like actively once, and murderer through inaction numerous other times.
He doesn't have to know that.
No, you're right. He doesn't, but.
Maybe
what
he
if I
doesn't
get mad at him
mind.
What if I get mad at him one day and I'm like, nope, you're going under the water now? Like, I don't know what
I imagine you'd probably be pretty sad.
I know exactly what I'm capable of, but
Maybe you could be like, hey, let's have a fling. Just in case we don't get out of here alive.
I will consider it.
Okay.
I've got a day.
I can get you some pickup lines.
So yeah, just don't let Parker hear them, because then they won't be a surprise.
Well, he can hear. Okay, so I have to tell you that I'm confident. Or I could give Parker pickup lines.
Or that. Although I don't see. That's another thing with this whole feelings bullshit. Is he is like super upset and apathetic right now. He probably doesn't even feel anything for me. Why would he?
Okay,
I'm a murderer.
Bob and May, I'm gonna need you to hand me over to Parker. I'm gonna hang out with Parker for a little bit.
Now, don't you tell him a thing.
I'm not gonna tell him what we talked about. I'm just gonna talk to him about other stuff.
In confidence.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about other stuff.
All right, fine.
Okay.
And I go back inside and downstairs.
Hi, Parker.
Goop wants to talk to you, Parker.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out.
I'm not good enough company anymore.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Let's have lots of stuff to talk about with Parker now that Parker can talk to me finally.
I will go upstairs
Uh-huh.
and try and figure out these consoles.
Yeah. So you figure that out. Hang down the stairs, just with Goop for just a moment longer.
Hey, Parker, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think Bobby May's pretty?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. Are you do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend back home?
I don't really have time. No.
Okay, so you're a busy guy.
Maybe too busy, honestly.
Mm.
Guess there'll be plenty of time for rest if we fail. How are you gonna get back if we fail?
I don't know.
Just gonna hang out here?
I guess.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess if you guys died, you could uncork the bottle, and I could just drift around until I wash up somewhere.
Would you want that?
I mean, I guess it'd be better than being stuck in a bottle at the bottom of the ocean forever.
I do think people should get a say with how their final moments are. Sure.
Cool.
If things are going wrong, I'll uncork you.
Thanks. You're a great guy, Parker.
Thanks, Goop. You're not a bad Goop yourself.
Just a little blob.
I'm gonna kind of just shake the jar slightly back and forth to see if it jiggles.
Yes.
That is cute.
Oh, thanks.
And we cut back up to Bobby May. And we replied, oh, just a thing in chat real quick. There we go. There you are. There's your answer to that question in chat. Bobby May, you're trying to figure out some of these controls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me an idea check.
Idea. Success.
Success. Okay, so a lot of these are... You know, at the bank, it's got those tubes, that suction tubes that... Yeah. So basically, imagine, the little suction tube ports. You put the right chemicals in, they get whisked off to the right destination, depending on which section you put it in.
Okay. Can I decipher the sections? What tubes go where?
Yes, it'll take you a bit of time, but you have the map from the archives that you got of the distribution system, so you can figure out. There's one that's basically there's some lines that go further into the city, and there's some lines that cycle back to the volcano.
Okay.
You get the idea that if done properly, you could extend the amount of time. It would take more chemicals. But if you keep putting the cooling chemicals in the inflow, you could put some heating chemicals in the outflow, so it would take longer for the elder things to notice what's going on, because things would still be reading as a basically positive on the pressure system.
Right.
To a certain extent.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. We've got that other compound that we could, or other relay station we could get compounds from.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Then yeah, I think once we figure that out, Bobby will just wait for them to come back.
And it's not long. It's 10 minutes afterwards that you see the good doctors come back of medicine and of weather, climate
Science.
change, volcanoes. All right. Hi. Someone's taking over lunch duty. I will have to thank them later. Do you have... Is there materials here? Can we...
Yeah, come on in. Down through there, through that trapdoor, that's where all of the supplies are.
Great.
Now, if
bring some of that up.
I did determine, so these tubes go here, these tubes go here, and these tubes go here. If we were to put in some of the heating elements in the outflow and the cooling elements in the inflow, it should essentially make it so it'll take them longer to realize there's
The
something
cooling
wrong.
is going towards the volcano, whilst it's still
Mhm.
being nice and hot coming out, at least.
Right.
It'll take longer for them to register if there's any sensors at whatever relay they're currently using, 'cause it's obviously not this one.
Right.
It'll take longer for them to detect it because a lot of things should still be reading normal. Right. Okay. Yes, we could make that work. I'm going to need, and she pulls out on a notebook, every jar that has these symbols and these symbols, and just rips it off. She makes a couple copies of it. These go on this side of the room, those go on this side of the room, and I will start working.
Got it.
What about silica? Is that still a factor here?
Silica, it would slow the flow. We probably... Do you have a distraction planned for them to not notice this? I can delay their noticing it with the hot chemicals, but I won't be able to. They will notice it at some point. Do you have a distraction planned for that to hopefully?
We were gonna blow up the tower.
That would probably do it. Uh-huh. Yeah.
The problem that I'm seeing there, though, is when we do that, I'm pretty sure we'll have to leave.
Okay.
That is going to be our escape opportunity.
All right. You could blow up the tower around lunch tomorrow. What we can do, is there silica? Let me go down there and see if there's any just stockpiled silica. I don't know what the notation for it would be here. I really don't know. These are mystery. I wonder if I can take some of them with me. Anyways, she goes downstairs and she looks for some silica. I'm gonna
Can we
make
assist?
yeah, I'll give her a bonus for assisting. She's good. With the assist, she finds... Yeah, there is a bunch of silica down here, too. Okay. If... right before the explosion happens... They might know it'll be a good distraction. If right before that explosion happens, we have to go. If we dump the rest of the cooling materials... Big cooldown, and then wait a couple minutes, and then dump as much silica as we can through as many way stations as possible, that would cool and slow things down dramatically. It would basically slow the flow circulating back into the volcano, which would like when you shake up an antacid in soda, you get that effect. Basically, it's constantly happening. It's being diluted. If we slowed the inflow after the chemicals are put in to really cool things off, like a handful of antacids, it would give more time for that chemical reaction to take place before it gets diluted again by more recirculating current. And it would be colder because of the slowed flow. So if we were to time that to be just before the thing blows up, they probably wouldn't be able to counter.
All right.
But we'd have to be dumping silica in multiple stations at the same time.
Well, there is another station that we can dump in.
Mm-hmm. And now I know that silica is this symbol. She holds it up.
I'll notate it.
Yep, and we'd want to dump it into all of them. Every outgoing, ingoing port, just to slow the grid down as much as possible after we put the big cooling bomb, basically.
So, sorry, just to ground my facts. How fast do we need? How fast will this all happen, and how long do we need to survive?
18 to 24 hours to cool down the entire volcano. It's going to be a slow process. I can delay their noticing it, but without this map, I probably wouldn't have only been able to delay their notice for 12 hours. I can probably get them to not notice for 16 to 18 hours.
When they fall asleep, the bubble's gonna pop. We need to be somewhere.
When they fall asleep, the bubble's gonna pop? What do you mean when they fall asleep? Are you going to... Do you have tranquilizers? Do tranquilizers work on those things?
these things, these great old ones, they
Yes.
hibernate in the deep cold.
Yes.
But this bubble is here for our use. They don't need it.
Is it actively being maintained?
I guess I never got a clarification on that. I had assumed as much. But maybe it's
Maybe
not.
you have the ritual. If you would like to look it up,
Oh.
you certainly can.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bubble spell has a duration. It has to be renewed, but it's not like an active concentration.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and we don't know when they need to renew it. Is there like a tell? Does the dome ever flicker or waver for a split second or something
every
like that?
sundown or sun up or
Yeah.
Oh, that would be history check. If you can remember a constant.
something. Yeah, decent history.
Look at you.
Mine's not great.
Oop. Doesn't
Nope.
matter if I roll terribly.
Yeah. Same.
Y'all could push it if you want.
I'm not gonna risk it on this. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Why not? Hard success. That you needed to beat a 30.
Nice.
So yes, you do.
Very nice.
Parker, you've noticed that it seems to flicker. Usually it doesn't. You figure they probably do it a few minutes before it needs to be renewed, just so there's not a visible transition. But you did notice one evening, right after dinner time, about it did a little warble a bit. You weren't sure if it was just the lighting being a little weird for a moment, or if the bubble itself did a little bloop 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 thing.
Was it only the one time, or was I able to track that over a second day and notice the same effect around the same
You
time?
noticed a color change around the same time on a different day, but no warble. You're guessing that if the ritual is done before the certain time, it's as if it's just continuing on. Maybe they cut it close a couple days.
Looks like it has a duration that's
About a day.
at least a day long.
Okay.
At least
so
the one of this size lasts a day. Smaller ones might last longer.
I think about my interactions with Kenneth.
Mm-hmm.
Would not necessarily providing asylum, but if I phrased it like a closed door party for all the humans at the embassy. Is that something that he could assist us with?
If you wanted that to be your favor for Doris, it's possible, but you think you'd have a really hard time persuading him otherwise, because he does not care about most of these.
Right. It's an embassy, so I don't think the Great Old Ones would attack it to get to us. So we just have to wait out the cold, and then we can leave when the cold fully sets in.
You think when the cold fully sets in, it might be dangerous for human life as well.
That's fair.
yeah, I thought the plan was because we have the that's what C said is still seaworthy. So I thought we were gonna load people onto that, do the dome, and then bounce.
Right. My concern is the time between them knowing something's wrong and before we leave.
Well, that's why we leave when everything explodes and they're worried about their tower and the volcano instead of us. At least that's what I was thinking. I don't know about any other plans.
My
but...
assumption was waiting for the cold to set in or the shotguns would chase us. And I have personal experience trying to outrun a shotgun and it did not go well, so
yeah.
Maybe Parker's
You
just more
don't know
focused
how
on...
Shoggoths do with the cold, and you recall that there were elder things in Antarctica. So
That's
you'd
fair.
think you might need some serious cold gear. Which most of these people have some jackets and stuff, because it's cold in Ushuaia, but it's not like
Yeah.
zero.
I think we're going to have to risk it.
I guess there's no such
You've
thing
got a
as
sleeping
surefire
spell.
bet.
The hippos last for up to 30 minutes, I think.
I thought it was much shorter, like 6.
It's like
or
up to
something.
3d10, I think.
Oh.
Let me double check. Peyote dust. Here we go. Yeah, 3d10. So up to 30 if you roll well.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it close. And we need to convince everyone the thing to do is to escape and not just
Well,
they put in hope everything turns out
everyone
good.
is pushing it. We can't fit everyone on the that's what she said. Just straight up. So we're going to have to tell certain people to get on that's what she said and be ready for us for when we do the ritual.
Has anyone looked at the engine? I thought the Shoggoth broke it.
Yeah.
Or you could have the submarine tow it. But then you'd have to
Submarine is
get the
powered.
submarine.
Yeah, then we have to get the submarine over there.
I mean, you could.
Just gotta push into the water and pilot it to that side, I guess.
Yeah,
Have a sub-pilot.
we do.
We can't save everyone, huh?
Mm-mm.
There's a single nod from Parker. Yeah, this kind of sounds about right for what kind of day it is.
Yeah, we'll put 4 people in the sub. Definitely Wash. We'll need him to pilot the sub. And then I think we're going to have to pick and choose.
Honestly, I don't think there's even picking and choosing. I think it's going to be get on the ship. If you can't make it, then we got to leave.
Yeah.
I don't think the people who are not chosen are going to stand back and respect our decision either. So
No, but my thought was more so the people that we definitely want to be on the ship, we tell them beforehand, hey, go sit on the that's what she said, hide there in the underdecks. And then when we're ready, the rest of us, after we've enacted the plan, book it and get out. And then they're already there and ready for us.
intentionally deciding who lives and who dies? God.
Not a great situation.
Right.
But the more people we tell, the more likely this plan is to fail, because the elder things will find out.
Guess there's worse ways to die than freezing to death. Drowning
Drowning.
or something. Yeah. I guess that's a problem for later. Let's make sure we have all the supplies we need to actually make this happen.
Mm-hmm. We'll help. We'll organize everything the way the doctor wants us to.
Yep.
And get all those supplies and stuff.
And that takes the most of the second half of your shift. And she's already starting to work on it. So she and Bronwyn are like pouring things in, checking levels. You see that she pours something with specific vial into like a center bowl, and it like lights up the console a bit. You see like a shimmer of lights, and you see the little grid, almost like a faint glow on the inside of the dome, so you can see the whole power grid of the city. And they're like monitoring it, like, okay, so that seems like an alert. Doesn't seem to say which substations are active, which is great. That would have been an immediate giveaway. But that's good. Now we can monitor the inflow and the outflow. Okay. Starts carefully pouring and just monitoring. Pouring and monitoring. Pouring and monitoring.
Okay.
You could get the silica, she holds up a piece of paper, set up at the other substation.
Yeah.
Before shift change, that'd be great. And then we could have like if you have someone with a walkie-talkie, we could coordinate maneuvers tomorrow when it's time to dump everything.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan, Doc.
Thanks. I guess I'll be here. Oh, do you guys have any food? I cannot leave here until...
I'll give her... I imagine I have some, like, granola bars and stuff like that I'll give her.
There's a hole in the floor about, like, 5 corridors down. There's a bunch of shit in a pile somewhere around there.
Noted. If Bronwyn has a moment to leave, I'll see if she can get that. But I'm going to be very carefully monitoring and pouring this. Granola bars are great. Thank you. Now I won't starve. And it's not snail.
And it's not snail.
Fabulous. Right. And just eyes on the equipment. Just gonna make her.
We'll head over to the other station then.
Oh, good. She's doing good for now. You head over to the other station. Again, this one's partially cleared. It looks like people have been in here, but the little storage door underneath has not been opened, and it doesn't seem to be active. So,
Okay.
you assume that means the other things probably know of this one being clear and able to be used in emergency.
Okay.
You can move about the silica.
Yeah, we'll move everything up. Put it in.
Just for shits and giggles, give me dex checks just to see how fast it takes y'all. How long it takes y'all to move this stuff up.
Probably going to be more shits and giggles here. Yep.
Success.
That's a failure.
That's all good. One of you succeeded, so it takes the rest of your shift. You're cutting it a little close to shift change, but you're able to get the silica all brought up before your shift changes up. And you hear the that low drone saying it's time for shift change, which means we cut back to the lava forges for the second half of their shift, just to see if you need lava bubbles, especially now that the lava system's being messed with. No, they don't.
Again with the disappointment.
You know,
Right? Like
a GM can dream. Made a whole chart.
just a minor
hazard
naming.
chart.
Just a little bit of naming here, please.
I just made a whole hazards chart, and we've got some city hazards. We haven't gotten any lava forge hazards, which is arguably the more exciting chart. But it's fine. It's fine. There's still time. Y'all are doing shit to a volcano. 2 more mechanical repair checks. Well, 1 more from each of you. Yeah. Success.
Okay. Ooh.
Jesus Christ. The dice are not on my side today.
Irina holds down the fort with mechanical repair. Teddy, you're getting tired. This is very draining work. The lava forge seems stable for now. Whatever they're doing, it hasn't affected here yet.
Teddy just wants to blow this place up. It's ruining his focus. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, it's a good thing you guys have only been here for about a week, huh? Almost a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said in the chat, there's a good reason that Teddy isn't walking around carrying dynamite on his person, because that would be bad. Like, Teddy would indeed do something rash.
Mm-hmm. You would indeed do something rash. And before you know it, your shifts are done, Irina. You didn't really see another opportunity to do any more little sabotages here and there, but your note and Sleepy Hippo have been planted for the Russian spy.
Excellent. I'll keep my expression nice and innocent as we walk back.
You walk back, and your work's been good, so they have no reason to check you.
Yeah, as soon as we're gone, I have the same usual, like, I've done something kind of mildly unstable again.
If that guy next to me says, "He who smelt it dealt it," one more goddamn time, I'm going to destroy this place.
Did they really say that?
Yeah, man. It's the thing that happened.
Yikes. Oh, if there's any consolation, hopefully, last full day.
Oh, thanks.
She just shrugs. Do you want to hear the good news?
Yes, please tell me there's good news. I need good news so bad right now. So fucking bad.
I snuck a hippo in there. It'll go as soon as the tower collapses.
A hippo? Wait.
Yeah, one of the sleepy time ones.
Oh, those things. Will they work?
We'll find out. And I've set it
I mean,
up with
you
Mr.
did
Russian
splash
spy.
the liquid drugs on them, the tea that makes them high, and they seem to like
That was
that
a
according to
shock.
you.
Though, you know, the thing with, like, the Parker is...
They're all
doing
monsters
the-
to me.
They're sentient. I think it'll do something, regardless. Magic seems to work anyways.
Sentient. So if we kill them, does that make us like murderers?
I mean, it wouldn't be any more murderers as us killing an ape, I guess. or they'd probably see us as the apes. It'd be about us, an ape killing one of us. Is that really murder?
An ape is a non-human person.
Yeah. That.
You know what? I'd rather not think about all of this, actually. The moral lines of this is real sticky. But they are using us for slave labor, so my ancestors have given me a right to smite them.
With holy dynamite.
Exactly.
Well, looks like we're not going to sleep much tonight. Just sighing about all the fucking setup tonight is going to get done.
Yeah, you know that ritual that you've glanced at, it's gonna take a bit to set up, so you probably want to start that tonight.
I'm going to nap as soon as we get back, and then we're going to start preparing for that ritual. I guess you're going to rest up. Want me to tiger bomb your arm so you can set up the C4 for tonight?
Yeah.
You guys get
What
back
happens
to
if we survive this?
Wanna go grab dinner?
Yeah. I think that'd be good. I have to show you New York, and then you can show me San Francisco sometime. And then we go cuss out everybody that is at Wintercroft. Everybody. Anybody can get it.
I like the idea of maybe doing that before we go for dinner, work up an appetite.
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually.
Drag Bobby May
I
into it.
do have to give you a fair warning.
Mm-hmm.
There is a solid chance that I will come back to my apartment and there's a tall Russian lady that's just there. This has happened to me on an occasion. I don't know how she got in.
Broke in, probably.
Yeah, I assume that, but my security ain't bad.
Is this from your own investigations?
Yeah.
I remember that. She's got good taste. Just shrugs. We'll deal with it.
If a black man could blush.
You guys get back to the Chum Guzzler, where naps can be had if you so desire them.
I need a fucking nap to prepare for the ritual. So does Teddy.
Yes.
Everyone needs to
Yeah.
sleep.
Everyone
Sleep
needs a
is
nap.
king.
This is rest time.
Yeah.
You guys have a couple hours head up on Parker and Bobby May. They get off shift 2 hours after you guys do. And they get back, having done a hard full day's work of moving shit around and figuring stuff out. You come back, Parker and Bobby May, to the Chum Guzzler, and it seems that it's nap time.
Hi, y'all. Oh, shit. Sorry, they're sleeping. That's probably a good idea, Parker. We should probably take a nap.
Yeah, well.
You want me to wake you
'Cause-
guys up after a certain amount of time? I could be like an alarm.
Yeah, Goop, that's a good idea, because we've got a lot of work to do tonight if we're gonna be ready for tomorrow. So maybe 2 hours.
Okay, what kind of alarm noise do you want? Do you want like a ring a ding 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 ding? Or do you want more of like a beep boop boop beep boop boop? Or like a wake up?
Some
Or like
type
something
of-
else.
We'll give you creative liberty.
Okay.
Fog.
Yeah, whatever you feel like in the moment.
Okay, 2 hours. Can you put me in front of like a clock so I can tell the time?
Oh, do we have a clock down here?
You guys have watches or clocks. You guys all
Watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Teddy
Yeah,
definitely wears a watch.
I'll set up my. I'm assuming I have. I'll set up my watch. I'll put Goop down. Set up my watch
Okay.
in front of them.
Alright. 2 hours from now. Okay. Sleep good.
Good night, darling.
You watch as Parker just kind of sits for a second. He kind of rubs his hand together, and then you hear aloud as he just kind of slaps his face, closes his eyes for a second, and it's kind of like he's woken up a bit. Okay, that's enough moping around. And he kind
Nap
of looks.
time. Nap time. Bobby, just as she's falling asleep, just here's the slap. Parker, nap time.
It's nap time. I'll wake
He
you up in
looks-
2 hours.
He looks at his cohorts around him. He's been ruminating on why he's been feeling so down, and everyone's been like giving him advice and checking on him, which he does appreciate. And he's kind of recalled certain lessons he's learned from everyone. Teddy, be uncompromisingly you. Irina, go down fighting. Bronwyn, hold to your beliefs, no matter how crazy things get. And Bobby May, don't fucking die. So Parker will nap for at least an hour, but for the first hour, he just kind of cracks his knuckles, puts his hands behind his head, leans back, and just starts plotting.
I'm
Just
here
thinking.
if you need to talk very quietly to somebody.
Yep, I wish I had more time with you. Sounds like you might have some good stories.
Well, I mean, Papa May said you couldn't die. So, I mean, we hopefully have a lot of time to hang out.
Well, you know me, I don't want to make Bobby May angry. Bobby May.
No, you don't. Well, I don't think she's ever broken anybody's legs.
This is what I like to tell. This is what I like to call her. Oh shoot! Kenneth said she killed someone. I didn't ask her about that. I'll ask her tomorrow.
I can't say anything.
Hmm?
What?
Goop.
What? Yeah,
You okay?
I'm fine. I'll just, it's nap time. Shh.
Right. No time. Yeah, just thinking.
Or we can talk about other stuff, but quietly.
Okay. Did you see Irina and Teddy getting together? Because I did not predict it.
I gave Bob and Miss some pickup lines to give to Teddy, but I don't think she ever did. They were pretty good ones. Do you want to hear them? In case you want to use them on somebody?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. Let me see here. What kind of pickup lines?
I mean, Teddy's got his own swagger. I don't think he really needs pickup lines, so.
That's true. He's pretty good. Okay, I've heard some, maybe some good lines. Okay, you know what, you could say, hey, for example, just somebody, if you were to say someone random, we can't use Irina because she's with Teddy, so I guess you could be like, hey, Bob and May, do you know what this shirt is made out of? And then she'd be like, what, Parker? And then you would be like, boyfriend material.
That's pretty good. Man, I don't know who taught you that. They probably shouldn't have, but you know what? Yeah, it cheers me up a bit, so maybe it was a good thing.
Yeah, I got a lot of pickup lines if you need more of them.
Okay. Goop.
Yeah.
You're Goop. Have you ever wanted to be like human or something?
I don't know, you guys seem really fragile.
It's
When
fair,
you get
it's fair.
old in like a century.
You're not curious, though, about what if things were completely different?
Not really. If things change and become completely different eventually, I'll experience it then.
Guess you have the luxury of time.
Yeah. I have no idea how old I am. Oh, I thought of another one. You want to hear it?
Yeah, go for it.
Look, hey, for example, Bobby May, do you like raisins? And then she'll answer, and you're gonna be like, oh, cool. Doesn't matter if she likes raisins or not, because then you could be like, how do you feel about a date?
Ah, clever.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
And then she says, are you asking me out? And she seems angry. You can be like, I meant like the food.
Nice.
Yeah.
Escape plan.
Yeah.
You always gotta have an escape plan.
It's what they tell me.
I'm just gonna sit here and think for a bit.
Yeah, you should probably get some sleep. We've only got like an hour and 30 minutes left. Nap time.
I'll pass
be
out
quiet.
eventually.
Okay.
I'm counting on my alarm clock to wake me up, alright?
Oh wait, I'll be real loud.
Alright.
Okay.
Good night, Goop.
Night.
And an hour and 30 minutes later, Bobby May and Parker here.
Whoop, whoop, wake up, it's time to ding-a-ding-a-ding, wake up, it's nap time's over.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Goop. That great.
Mm.
Perfect alarm. Yep.
Good.
Oh Lord, that
Yep.
was not enough time.
Well, if we
Okay.
survive, or if we don't, we'll have all the time to rest.
All the time later, right? We can rest when we're dead.
Teddy, Arena.
Oh, I
I
got
just
up.
freak open one eye and I close it again. I'm just like, no.
Don't be like
Yes.
that.
Teddy
We got
looks
work to
around.
do.
We're still in this fucking place, aren't we?
Almost done. Oh, we're either gonna be dead or out, so we got work to do.
Yeah. Unless
Both
anyone
are
wants to
now.
swap me for the if thing.
You know how to put a positive spin on things, Bobby, man. Just want to let you know that.
I try my best. And Parker, don't you dare take that deal. Just straight up, just don't.
Smile doesn't
feel-
say anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Game time. We all know what to do. We all know the timing. Or we gotta go through this one last time. Also, we better make sure we don't leave the doc behind. I feel real bad. Either of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
Any of the doctors. I think we should take Marvin too.
Yeah. I mean, he deserves to at least live out whatever days he has got left.
Are we making room for Spoonie?
Who's Spoon?
Disco? Disco, you mean?
Oh, the guy with the spoon. I thought his name was Spoonie.
Disco.
Disco.
Oh.
Right? Disco?
Yeah, it's
Am I
Disco.
crazy? It's
Yeah.
Disco. Okay.
He doesn't talk. He's completely mute. He's been here the longest out of anyone, but he has a shirt that says "Death Before Disco," so everyone just calls him Disco.
You all knew who I was talking about, though.
Yeah, because he has a spoon. Yeah.
He got a spoon. He just points it aggressively at things.
Yeah.
It looks
I'll
like
be
he's
honest.
10 seconds away from snapping at any given moment.
Like, I know we gotta,
Um,
like, figure out kind of who gets to live. I just... The other side of that, who doesn't, is the...
Wait,
It's
what
a
are
bit
we
of the
figuring
squishy
out?
part for
It
me.
is way too late or way too early to play God right now. What are you talking about?
We only got
So,
enough... we only got so much room on
yeah.
the ship, even with
So-
the bubble.
Right.
Parker and I were talking with Dr. Renee. Here's the plan, and I'll regurgitate everything that we talked about, essentially.
Hmm.
So when we're ready to go, essentially, they're going to hop in the submarine, pull it around to tow the That's What She Said, and then we're going to bounce out. But we have to be ready. We have to be on the boat at that time. So
Oh, that's
the
easy.
the best bet would be to tell the main people that we want to come with to be
Mhm.
ready on the boat, and then when we're running, if people join us, great. But if not, sorry.
How's this for an idea? We tell what's the fish guy's name again? The fish captain? The guy who was a bit of a leader?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Yeah. Tell him that we want to have like a lunchtime meeting or something on That's What She Said and bring only the people he trusts. We tell Wash to bring his people there. That's enough people.
No, we need Wash to be at the submarine to pilot
Yes.
the submarine around.
The boat ain't going
Yeah, but
anywhere without
Rush,
something
like-
to pull it.
But Wash has the other people, right? Like his people that's been helping with the digs.
Oh
They
yeah,
know.
Wash can
There's
tell.
Make sure that
He
they're-
can tell them to be on. That's what she said.
There's more than
Yeah.
4 of them there.
Who else gonna go on the submarine besides Wash?
I think the 4 of them, the people we were trying to find, Uriah, the doctor,
Mm.
and the sad boy, whose name I cannot ever remember.
Tanner.
Bad boy.
Tanner.
Star
Tanner, that
Wars,
one.
yeah,
May or may not
yeah.
be a father.
Yeah. I think the 4 of them came in on the sub. They should go out on the sub.
I don't know
Drive
if
around.
if the old guy is gonna be able to make it all the way over to
Yeah.
the sub.
Yeah, the old guy, Dr. Marvin, we
Maybe bring him to the
might
boat.
need to bring him to the boat. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
But Uriah will be on the lava forges if it's not at the same time Arena's working, which means he should be able to get to the sub pretty quick.
Okay. All right. Well, we're looking to do this at lunchtime.
Mm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Teddy, you got that lightning gun working?
I have not shot it yet.
But you know how to operate it, right?
Sure.
Guess this is a good trial run as any.
Certainly.
All right, we got everything. Escape route, bringing
Yep.
the tower down, making sure it stays down by cooling the entire place off.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's everything.
last thing to do, we gotta, Irina, if you don't mind helping, we gotta get the ritual set up.
Yeah, that's my plan as well. I'll help you with the ritual, and I guess the others set up the C4.
Yeah, but C4 is already set up. Parker and I did that.
Alright. Oh, perfect.
I do have this one last bit if we want to put it anywhere.
And Parker, can you talk to the captain and tell him, we're going to have a secret meeting?
Yeah. I've cozied up with a lot of those folks beforehand, so should be pretty easy to get them over there.
Mhm.
Keep it, vague, because like I said, the
Hey.
more people that know about this, the more people, the easier it is for our elder friends to find out about it. So
It's honestly like high school over there. Everyone just kind of sticks in their little groups, except for the biggest one.
fair.
Listen, no matter what, you all better be on the fucking boat.
Well, we'll be running to it, but we
I
have.
know
Yes,
you better
That's-
get here.
that's the plan.
And we all agree, though, if we have to leave, we have to leave.
Yes.
Fair.
Okay. If
Just
there's
so you
some
know.
if there's some reason you can't get to the boat, there might be a way you could squeeze a fifth person on the sub. It has a little above half, so it might work out, but that's a big if.
So
Big
the only
if.
me or you, Parker. We're small enough.
Yeah, y'all are the smallers.
All right. This means we radio up, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out the radios.
Hey,
We haven't turned them on in a while to conserve battery.
You have kept them off this entire time. They still have battery.
Hmm?
And you know who has more batteries that would work for radios if not?
What's her name?
Yep.
Scavenger lady.
Scavenger.
I
How much
traded
do-
them to her.
Not all of them.
We need to make sure that we get her out of here, probably. don't
Yeah,
we?
well, that's what I was gonna ask is how much do we trust her? Because, like,
Oh, hey, a ticket out of here? That's got to be worth something, right?
right.
Mhm. That's exactly where my mind was going.
Parker, do you want to come over with me and talk with her and we can see what we can get out of it?
Yeah, let's go strike a deal.
Okay. And then when I come back, Irina, we'll start with the ritual if you want to, unless
gonna
you have
get
something
started.
else. Yeah, okay.
And, get started before the shift anyway.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come and help out when we're done.
All right. So we'll follow Irina to the ship to start the ritual. You're going to the That's What C Said. Teddy, are you going with? Or are you doing something?
No, I will go because I don't have anything else I really want to do right now.
Sure. Irina, so you've got two different versions of this bubble. The complicated version and the easier version. You're gonna have to draw a lot of little rune things around this to be able to cast this ritual. And like with most rituals, the more people you have involved, the easier it's going to be at the moment of initiation.
Yes.
But you get to the That's What C Said, and you see Gemma is sitting on board, looking a little haggard, like everyone else here is.
Honey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel bad for her. So she'll probably just give her like a bit of a wave. Hey, good to see you.
Hi. Yeah.
Ish.
It's good as it is to see anyone else. A friendly face, at least, down here.
Yeah, how are you holding up?
You know, not great. I had no idea that my tour manager was, weird. Like, well, I know he was odd, but like, I don't even know what's going on. He's in that, like, tower. He's not doing manual. He seems in on something, and I don't know exactly what that is. It's been a lot.
I think it's better for me not to tell you more about him. Have you been staying here? Is this your human enrichment area?
Yes. Well, you know, it's my boat, so I've been staying here. Yes, with the Gimbleton sisters and
Right.
you know, Kurt.
Okay. Well,
It's the four of us on this boat right now.
I just kind of give Kitty like a look like, oh fuck, I'm not good at talking to people. And then just sigh. Right. Hey Gemma, can I ask you a favor?
What is it? Best I can.
She just looks around and just pulls her like aside with like Jimbo Twins can't hear her much.
Yeah, they're not even on deck right now. You assume they're probably below decks in like the glass bottom boat area where you know there's like some couches and stuff. They're probably sleeping. It's getting close to that time.
Yeah. It's gonna sound a little off kilter, but considering we're currently under the sea under a bubble.
Nothing sounds that off kilter right now. I mean, maybe not nothing.
Yeah. Well,
what is it?
I want to work on something, and I know that we haven't known each other long, but I want to work on it.
We have been through a lot. Yes, all right. What is you working on?
Well,
it's not a bomb, is it?
No. It's
oh,
not
good.
A bomb. It's something that might protect us from those things.
Really? Well, then I'm all for it. Of course, my lips are sealed.
I don't know if it'll work, and I don't want to give anyone false hope.
That is understandable. Is there any way I can help?
She just looks at her. Is like, well, I mean, how much do you love sleeping? Because it's gonna be all night.
Well, if it's going to help protect us, sleep is. I've got some drugs. I don't need sleep.
You know what? I remember what that's like. So, actually no, Gemma, you used to, you do perform. You know those weird kind of more, just have a look at this. You'll see what I mean. It's a bit weird looking, but you know what? Given the circumstances. I'm going to show her basically the little circle.
The emblem on the ritual piece paper.
Yeah, I'm trying to do this.
Make 2
You know how
rolls?
alchemists of old used to, draw certain things. Yeah.
Yes, like alchemy.
Worst case scenario is
or like the
best case scenario, it works.
The occult. I've dabbled a little.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do at one point for some reason in theater and art. Just like thinks about that. Wait a second.
Right. So you need to. Is this like the evil eye protection thing, but for like a bigger area, like a protection
kind of
ward, a rune?
Yeah, something like that without any of the orgies, obviously.
Right.
Is that all right?
Yes. No. I'd be happy to help. Do you need some art supplies? I have some art supplies.
That would be amazing.
What do you need? Chalk, paint,
what
marker.
does it actually
need? Sharpie. Chalk would probably be the best. Chalk or charcoal?
Probably. Chalk, charcoal.
I have charcoals too. Yes. I like to do some nature sketches sometimes.
If we somehow live, or if we have time, I'd love to see them.
We live. I'm composing one hell of a song. I can tell you that much.
Honestly, same.
We should compose together. It would be magnificent.
Maybe. It'll be kind of fun, maybe.
Maybe I'd even publish it. Usually I only do live works, but this would deserve to be memorialized somehow.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway,
she goes.
You met Teddy. He's gonna be helping.
Oh yes, hi, Teddy. Yeah, and she'll get out a box of art supplies. There's some charcoal, some pastels, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, chalk.
Excellent.
Able to get some charcoal and start drawing all over the deck. I need you to make me an occult check. You get a plus 20% because Gemma is helping you.
Cool. If Teddy's helping, can I also get extra?
Teddy, what's your occult at?
Oh. 1. Okay.
5.
Oh, that's
then
not
you would
bad.
get
That's better
a
than
plus 5% from Teddy helping.
Okay, so that's what?
25%. 25%
Okay.
bonus.
Fuck. So
75.
That's 93.
You could push it.
75.
Or you could spend the luck. Because let's see, 93, 75, math.
That's 18 points, which I do have to spend. I will spend the fucking expensive 18 points for
Yeah.
this.
You don't want to push it?
Man.
You
No,
don't wanna-
I am not pushing it. Fuck my life. No.
Okay.
Push it. No. If you
18
have that
points
much
of
luck,
luck.
go for it.
18
Yep,
points of luck.
I'm still okay. I'm still okay. My
Yeah,
luck
you
is
haven't
now
s-
not great, but
You haven't
I've been
spent a
conserving
lot
it for
of
this
luck.
moment.
Yeah, you haven't spent a lot of luck this campaign. It takes you several hours, a few hours, probably about 3-4 hours, but you manage to very carefully draw all of the necessary things in all of the necessary places. You have it all set up so that all you need to do is activate it, and because you succeeded on your setup, your activation tomorrow will be easier.
Whew.
You just have to tell people not to step on any of the charcoal line.
What I will do is, I think we have railing, like, you know those like rope
Mhm.
railings?
Yes.
I'll probably ask Gemma and Teddy to help me like set up like a proper like rope barrier so
Yeah,
people
like-
know not to fucking step on
This
it.
was a VIP party boat. You've got those little
Yeah.
velvet,
Uh-huh.
things,
Yep.
like the theater has. You can put some of those. You don't have enough, but you can put them enough to an area.
Including like a wet floor sign. You know,
Yeah,
whatever we
some
got.
wet floor signs, whatever you got. Yeah, you can stake off some like do not cross areas.
Just make sure that they don't disturb it, because
Mm-hmm. And Gemma will tell the Gimbleton sisters and Kurt, Kimberly and Allison Gimbleton, not to touch or disrupt any of the charcoal, but she'll say it's for, it's like a good luck charm. That's what she'll tell
Yeah.
them. Mm-hmm.
it is technically a good luck charm. So
Yeah,
not
so
lying.
she will relay that to them. And before you know it, your work is done for the night. And we'll cut back to Parker and Bobby May, who are going people talking.
Woo!
So, Parker and Bobby May, you go to talk to Andrea Johnson, the pawn shop owner, and the old peer pressure.
Yes. Is anybody else in here when we come in?
There's someone leaving with like a bag of potato chips, and they're very excited about it.
Okay.
She's smoking a cigarette, feet kicked up on that little table in front of her. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Hi, darling.
Hey.
Do we have a word in, for VIP customers? What? A little
Yeah,
more
sure.
private?
I mean, smoke break sign. She like flips over her little, again, like rudimentally carved wooden triangle. It says like, not open, or back soon. Like back in 20 minutes. All right, back in 20 minutes. Come on, let's go inside.
All right.
Unclip the little rope. You guys can go below deck.
Below deck.
What's up?
When we're down there. Yeah, so
I'm looking around. Anything new?
Not in the VIP section.
Okay.
Okay. And what was in here again?
It was like some guns, some ammo, the battery, the ammunition packs for the lightning gun, the little papers that you found with the city map of the Elder Things stuff, more batteries, more of the specialty batteries, like some D-cells, yeah, the more illicit stuff, weird
Okay.
stuff. So she'd want to have in the open in case the Elder Things shuffled on by her.
It showed up, yeah. Is there anything here we want?
I mean, if there's too many people, a gun could be useful to make it so there's not as many people.
Wow.
That is me as a player thinking logically,
Yeah.
not Parker doing a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, and even just as like a deterrent, because we know Teddy has a gun, but more guns could be helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a trade proposition for you.
I'm always listening to trade options. What I'm here for. That and corpse disposal. You got a corpse, I'll dispose.
Right. That too.
Perhaps
Can
the
I
most valuable offer you will get
Yeah.
while you're down here.
Can't
Can
say
I
I've
do,
heard
like,
that
a-
one before. I'm listening.
vibe check on her?
Yeah, you can give me a psychology check.
Can I just throw my hand to that ring just in case?
Yeah. Both of you may roll.
Hard success.
Parker, she's so hard to read. She's a cold
Ah.
cookie.
The way you talk is just so fun to listen to.
Bobby May.
Mhm.
You've dealt with a lot of people in New York. You've dealt with a lot of people like her. She is a ruthless businesswoman through and through. Some things you need to pick up on the first time is she is wearing a wedding band, but she doesn't seem to have anybody with her here.
Well, didn't she say that she
oh,
traveled
that's right.
with her?
With-
I think she told us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're just
Noticed
reiterating
that.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. She's still wearing it. I'll say that much. And she's not hopes up at all whatsoever. She has heard every offer in the book so far, she thinks.
Yeah.
People come up to her with all sorts of propositions for all sorts of things. She's just wondering how crazy y'all are gonna be. She's like, what is the
Yeah.
crazy scale that these people
What's
are gonna...
the crazy? Okay.
Quick sidebar, Bobby May.
Mhm.
The basics of trade is the situation dictates value. Down here, batteries are gold. Up above, they're batteries.
Mhm.
If she knows what we're offering, suddenly for her, all the values get swapped. Gold is gold again.
Mhm. All right. So then, are you saying we tell her, or?
I'm saying that information is power. Bartering is useful, but effectively the things that are useful for us now are worthless when we get back up above, for the most part.
Right. Okay.
So
okay.
I'm saying there's a fire sale to be had.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. All right. What if we told you there was a possibility that something might happen tomorrow?
What kind of
Something-
happenings? You can have to be more
something-
specific. Look, people have tried a riot, that didn't work. People have tried, someone guy walked through the bubble, that did not end well for him. Instant chum. That's just the only two words that need to be said. Instant chum. I've heard a lot of things. So what kind of incident's going on tomorrow? Like, some people gonna die? Am I gonna have a lot of corpses to move? Like, what's going on?
Well, we have been cooking up a plan
Mm-hmm.
that very possibly could disrupt their entire operation down here, as well as perhaps get us back to the surface.
Oh, Bobby May, let's not be coy. We've been doing more than just cooking.
Yeah, we've got everything in place and we're ready to enact tomorrow.
Really? Give me a persuade. I think this one's gonna have to be a persuade check. I don't think you can charm her.
My persuade's only 10, so I'll let you do it.
Sure. I will note I am standing by the gun.
Sure.
I'm just examining it. I'm seeing if it's loaded.
It is not loaded,
But there's ammo here too, isn't there?
but there is ammo here too. You're getting the feeling that it's so that no one could shoot her immediately down here. Like, any
course.
weapon
Yeah.
down here would have to
Makes
be
sense.
loaded. But she does seem to have a loaded gun on her.
Would Parker get an assist from me?
Yeah, we'll say Parker can get a 20. You said 10% is what you had? You
10.
can get a 10%
Yeah, I've got
assist for
All
persuade.
right.
Okay.
Because a
no,
fast
that-
talk is only temporary. It's only like a quick, so you can't fast talk her.
This
You
is-
could try a
This is
charm, but you'd have to get a harder success than a persuade.
What if I describe how I'm charming her?
Sure, go for it. How do you charm Andrea?
Andrea, I'm just gonna put it out on the table. We have a way out.
Mhm.
There are limited seats on that way out. Now, I respect a businesswoman as a person who runs my own establishment up top, but I don't think you want to die down here doing this. Don't you want to feel the sun again? Don't you want to walk down the street, eat whatever you like from any corner shop? I mean, with everything everyone's traded you, I think you're probably pretty well set up. Now, we need assistance to make this easier. And I know you're solid. And I know you're a smart lady because of your setup down here. So we can both do simple math. We have a way out. I'm assuming you would like a ticket on that way out. Let's help each other out here. Let's go see the sun again.
She takes a deep puff on that cigarette. Sounded a bit more like a persuade than a charm, but I'll allow it.
I was trying to sell the romance, the human need to be topside.
Yeah, she's kind of a cold cookie with shit tons of money above the surface, so she's a ruthless businesswoman down here because she's a cutthroat business.
Well, my persuade is.
You can roll a
shit,
charm. Yeah.
So I'll try charm.
You flattered her enough with you being like smart and stuff. Yeah, charming's like buttering somebody up. Persuading's like here's like some reasons. Here's some facts.
Gotcha. I only had so many points to invest in.
There's only but you could use a charm.
Oh no!
You had a plus 10% from Bobby May, which is an 85.
Do we need to get a hard success? You said though.
It would be a harder success you would need. You did do some buttering up.
I will spend luck if I need to spend luck.
Say,
The fallback plan is to shoot her, and I rather avoid that.
No,
you'd rather avoid that. She will seem a bit skeptical, but she's listening and she's interested.
All right.
It's not as much of a success as you would have gotten with a persuade, but she's listening. She's not like completely discounting you. She's gonna need some more facts before she like goes all in.
Okay.
But she's listening. She's open to this. She's gotten a bit more serious.
Do
What's
we
the plan
have your
exactly? Yeah,
attention?
you've got my attention.
All right. So we have determined through actually some of those ciphers that the papers that we
Yeah, the
traded
weird
you.
stone shit that you guys pulled out of you? Yeah, I couldn't make any
Yeah.
sense of it.
Yeah, well, we deciphered that their power supply comes from that volcano. And they have some implementations that allow them to regulate both the heat and cooling of that volcano.
Right.
We
Thermal power, that's been discussed.
Right.
Sure. Go on.
We are currently in the process of cooling that so it dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, what the
You don't
plan
think they're
is,
not gonna notice this?
they will, and we're kind of counting on it. We have put in some silica into the lava tubes that they have, which essentially is going to slow it down so it takes them longer to notice.
Right.
Tomorrow
Okay.
at noon,
Mhm.
we're going to have people get on the That's What C Said.
Yeah, the
and we-
nice new yacht, that one that came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
one
one that
that's
came
the
down.
whole, the one that the hole is totally intact. No holes or nothing like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of those down here, and that's the biggest one that's got an intact hull.
That's the biggest one. Now, what we're going to do is, as soon as the doctor gives us the go-ahead, we have put a shit ton of gasoline,
Mhm.
dynamite, and C4 in a tunnel that has been excavated underneath their tower. We're going to blow that shit up, flood everything into the lava tubes, and then book it the fuck out. Now, the problem is the pressure, obviously. The boat isn't
And then no one
gonna...
can breathe underwater.
No one can breathe in. But I do believe you came down here the same way as we did with that weird bubble thing.
I have a vague recollection, something like that. I was really tired. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The fuzzy.
You know
We
that
replicated that.
You know that weird guy? That the squiggly tentacle
The
people
one who's
seem to
not
show
staying
respect.
here?
Yeah. You've seen me
Yeah, I've
walk
seen
around
him.
with him, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, y'all have some weird tension chemistry thing going on there.
Yes.
A little
Well,
weird.
He provided us with that capability. So we can get everyone out of here
Hey.
in a bubble.
Alright.
I did separately confirm through my own research and reading of these texts that the ritual he provided us is legit and it will work.
Alright. Weird magic hoodoo. I've seen weirder at this point. Okay. Noon?
Noon. Yeah.
Hey, you're talking to me for a reason. What do you want from me?
Guns would help.
Also, how you gonna move the boat? It's a bit dry docked right
Yeah, the submarine. I think you were here when
I've
it
heard
came
about
in.
the submarine. Yeah, I heard the sub. I saw it. Move it.
It's operational. It's working.
Lovely date in the Titan Uranus with Kenneth.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was its name, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
was also able to turn it on, get it
So it
charged
works.
up.
Good.
We're
Question
gonna tow
for
it.
you. Yeah, do you have a tow line installed?
Do we? Does the sub have a tow line?
It's got the hookups, but there's nothing currently.
Yeah.
'Cause usually,
It's got-
the Titan Oceanus would hook up the
Hook,
Titan
yeah.
Uranus, so you need to
Okay.
make something
It-
for the Titan Uranus to hook onto the That's What C said.
Yeah. It has the hookups. We have not hooked it up yet. So yes and no.
Yeah.
That
If
would be
that's
Does the
something.
something
That's
we
What
could
C
do.
said have a tow point for the anchor to be pulled?
Yes, right?
We should have brought her on much sooner. Does it? And if it doesn't, is there a boat nearby?
It's got basic
that does?
mooring lines, but you don't have you'd have to probably modify something to be towed by a submarine.
Okay.
You'd probably the question is it accessible from inside your little bubble that you're gonna be putting on there?
No.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want to get you got a welder or somebody who can you're gonna want something on the deck or something, on the railing at the very least, because I'm not taking a swim to connect the Titan Uranus to the That's What C said.
Maybe someone
Right.
on Gabriel's crew. I have
Should work on a system to have either the sub dangling something to latch onto, or you have the boat dangling something and the sub can hook into that.
You're giving us good commentary. Can I take it that you're in?
Yeah, I'm in. What do you want?
Some
What do you want from me besides all my great ideas?
weapons would be nice. Like we said, there are limited
I hold up the
seats.
gun that I've been loading.
Mm-hmm.
Something to... People can be irrational sometimes.
Sure can. Do you want?
I'm
do you know
gonna
what-
just-
Those are the manuals. Do you want an automatics? I got some automatics.
You know what?
There was a gun smuggler ship that went down. We got some guns.
I think
Yeah.
automatics would be helpful.
Okay. How many? All of them? Should I just bring all of them to the That's What C said?
Maybe not all of
Yeah.
them. Too many guns might be a
Well-
problem.
All right. How many guns do you need then?
Let's see. 5 for Teddy. Teddy needs a minimum of 5, and then
Alright.
we'll...
Here's the tall one, right? Big, strong one.
Yeah.
Tall, handsome, full of swagger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If you've been keeping anything off shelf and off record, that might be useful. That
The
might
automatic
also...
weapons. I got some drugs.
Some of these
Drugs
people,
never hurt.
that might do a lot to calm some people down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some, I got a tranquilizer gun.
That would be nice.
There was a poacher. And they were doing some animal trafficking. That was a messy day, let me tell you what.
I bet.
Yeah. They're trying to avoid the Panama Canal debacle, going through customs there by going around the other side. It didn't pan
Did
out for
not
them.
end well for them, apparently.
Yeah, we had some weird
All
animals
right.
running around here for a little while, but then they got eaten. Oh.
Fair.
We
Anything but
hope
snail,
that you can
right?
use this extra time to make trades that are beneficial for you when we succeed.
Well, I'll be collecting my husband's life insurance when we get back, reporting the boat is missing. Yeah, anything else you need besides guns, tranquilizer gun? You want any of them now, or do you want them all later?
I think maybe just transfer them to the That's What She Said.
All right. There was someone
I
who can
wouldn't-
take these when I get there.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind one of those handguns now, though, if that's all right.
Sure.
I'll take
one.
this one for now,
There you go.
and then just pocket the one I've been loading.
I will also take one.
You got any other weird stuff that you've been keeping?
Yeah, no one's brought in any weird stuff. Just weird people acting weird. Well,
Fair.
And
that guy with
As
the mustache who came in on the sub, he's got a group of people. They're all really weird.
guy with the
Yeah.
mustache.
You know,
Wash?
with the blonde hair that doesn't match.
Oh, Wash. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's weird. Fellow business person.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be good, judge a character. You gotta have an eye for people. Is there anyone you would be worried about in a confined space for a long period of time?
Oh, definitely don't bring Tara.
Yeah, we weren't planning on it.
There's a part of me that feels bad.
I don't.
You're
Tara has
mean.
done-
We're
Tara has
going
done
to
nothing
die.
but be a bitch, and we care more about her boyfriend than we care about her.
I'm gonna think of it as we only have so much space, and not we don't like you, so we're leaving you.
Parker can think of that exactly how he likes. Bobby May
her
is not
boyfriend
thinking
was
like
alright
that.
though. That David guy, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Shame he died.
Yeah,
So
no, I know that's not
shame.
a thing. Because, like, if you're working with
okay.
Wash and his
Alright.
crew, I'm the body disposal person, so
That's
like,
fair. That's fair. Yeah,
they
he's not
have
dead.
to
Yeah.
ride me off to not actually.
Forgive me. I made a promise not to spread the word.
No, that's fair. Tara's crazy.
Yeah, just anything that you can think of that we might need.
You know, so I don't want to, rag on the guy, but I think Disco could honestly snap at any second. So maybe, he could be a liability if you were to bring him.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, no.
Could be fine. Could try to murder us all in his sleep. I just, I don't know about that guy. He's unhinged completely. So if he didn't have snails to cook, I don't know what he would start to do.
I mean, he's probably going to be busy during lunch anyway. Okay, so
Yeah.
our trust, can you please extend it to Teddy and Irina and
Sure.
Dr. Broadwin?
Dr. Bronwyn. Oh yeah, the actual doctor. Yeah. Mhm.
If they need anything, if they come asking for supplies or whatever you got left in
I'm
stock.
gonna assume you're doing the whole washes underground group thing too, so if they need stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, joint movement. But
Right.
at least for those 3 people, those are like direct extensions of the scene.
Okay. What about the submarine people? People who came down in the sub.
Yeah, them too as well.
Alright, so that
Unless
Professor.
Watch has that
'Cause-
weird look in his eye. Then maybe
he's always
maybe
got a
that-
weird look in his eye. I don't know what you're
like, but
talking
more unhinged.
Honey, sweetheart, that happens to all of us in good time down. Wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I can see the goop now. Do my eyes look normal, Bobby May? Can you look into my eyes for a minute?
Yeah, they look fine. I don't see anything unusual. I mean, they're a little bloodshot, but that's probably because we haven't slept in like ever.
Yeah.
You need cocaine?
Yeah.
No, I think we're
Well,
good.
keep-
on
it'll keep-
cocaine.
It'll
If we're
keep
about to
you
die,
awake.
I've always been interested, you know?
It'll
one of
keep
those
you
things.
awake.
What? If we're gonna die, like, it's like 5 seconds to death, like, just like throw some...
Okay, 5 seconds to death, sure,
You just,
but
do you
right
just
now
throw
is
cocaine
not.
into your mouth? Is that how you take cocaine?
You snort it. You snort it,
Oh,
sweetheart.
up the nose.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
now is not the time to be taking cocaine.
You have
We've got
time, you
work
want to get a
do.
credit card, you stick it in some
I'm
lines,
sorry,
you get a
I'm
straw.
catching
or-
up on my backup plans.
Right.
Bucket list items that I can accomplish before
Well-
10 seconds of death.
Goodwill, here's a brick of cocaine. And she,
Oh,
like,
thank you.
opens a box, pulls out a brick, hands it over.
Thanks.
If you get really tired, that'll
lost
keep you
everything
awake.
else in my backpack, so my only possession is a gun and a brick of cocaine.
Gun and a brick
A
of
gun and cocaine.
Now we get to the surface, and it looks like the Coast Guard might come pick it up, throw it overboard. But until
Yeah.
then,
Yeah. Oh, or I
if you
can
get
do
tired, you just need about a fingernail, like the long fingernails more.
Is that how you do
Pinch.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Irene was also curious about how a shotgun would work on cocaine too. So
I
guess we
would
can figure
don't
that
try
out.
it.
You've seen it?
No.
I don't
Psychology
believe that,
check.
no.
You can most definitely do a psychology check.
I failed. She does-
Bobby just straight up doesn't believe her, no.
Look, I didn't give a Shoggoth cocaine, but I may have given a Shoggoth a corpse that was high as fuck on cocaine. It got real excitable after that.
Yeah, so
We'll have
maybe
to
no
tell Irina.
cocaine then. Yeah, no cocaine.
Don't
All right, well,
throw cocaine at the Shoggoths.
makes sense. Thank you.
Keep you awake though.
Noon tomorrow.
Noon
Don't
tomorrow.
be late.
Right.
We have work to do. We have to figure out how
Oh,
we're gonna.
I guess
attack
here's some
the
instant
sub.
coffee too, if you really needed
Oh,
something not as strong as
thank you.
cocaine. But,
Holy
you know.
shit! Coffee?
Perfect.
Oh,
Instant coffee. It's not the great stuff, but
it's just it's coffee.
It's coffee.
I will.
Yeah.
I will I'm gonna be full Parker with coffee in my system.
There you go. It's instant coffee, cocaine, and guns. Oh, how many more guns
Perfect.
did you said you needed? By the way, you said 5 for Teddy,
Yeah, let's just do
One
let's
for
just do
Irina.
5. But let's just do 6. 6 automatic guns.
6 automatic guns. You want automatic? Fully automatic? Pistols, rifles? What do you want?
Yeah. Fully automatic.
Did not know we would have this much of a choice.
A lot of people have been a little desperate, and they're like, we don't need guns down here. I've just been picking them up.
Yeah,
It's
I've
amazing
got
what
the
people
handgun,
would do
the
for
pistol.
a packet of instant coffee or some, sweet and low.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, no, I think just 6 of the automatics. Just take them over to the That's What C Said.
I'll mix it up then.
Um,
Some rifles, some pistols.
Yeah.
Grab
Sure.
bag.
Sure. I think I got a machine gun. We'll see. I'll check.
We
All
have
right.
work to do, Parker. We got to figure out how we're going to attach the Titan Uranus to the
Yes.
That's What C Said.
God. I also need to talk to. Are we telling Gabriel tomorrow to like reduce the amount of like?
Yeah, I think in the morning, maybe at breakfast, we tell
Mhm.
him, hey, you need to be on the boat by noon. We have something to discuss.
Gives less time for word to spread. It makes
Exactly.
sense. It makes sense.
Exactly.
We got to do what we can, and this can't fuck up our
Yeah,
world.
I would try to get
Done.
Gabriel out. Just saying. He's a
Yeah.
decent guy.
He is.
Gabriel Diego, I think.
Yeah, Diego's one of
Mateo-
his crew members.
Diego, yeah.
Mateo's also down here, isn't he?
Mateo.
Mateo's
No, Mateo's
safe up top.
Yeah.
Ah,
Diego's his shipmate.
right,
And
right.
Gabriel's his captain.
Mateo's
um,
a heartthrob for the ladies.
Maybe that optimistic girl. Oh, she's one of the Washes guys, though. That Brenda. Yeah.
Brenda, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
but
all
there's
of
not a lot
Wash's
of
people.
room.
She's like a fucking ray of sunshine.
It's
and
also
I
a
do good for
yacht,
morale.
so
Yeah. You feel like, what,
It's a-
80 people on there?
yeah, or so.
Might
Yeah.
be tight, but yeah, no, we should tell Brenda because there's not going to be enough room in the sub.
Yeah, you
No,
should really
'cause the
decide the people who go in the sub.
The sub has
before you
3
go to
people
bed.
right now. We said Wash, Uriah, and Tanner. Marvin's gonna come on the boat with us because he's
Oh,
old.
Marvin's coming on the boat with us.
Because he's old, yeah. So we
You
could
might not
put
be able to
somebody
make it
else.
across the way.
Yeah.
You
Since
could ever be a freebie spot, whoever's closest, or,
Yeah, since Irina and Teddy are gonna be at the forges tomorrow, maybe one of them can go.
Or if they can't get to the boat,
Yeah.
one of them can go.
Okay.
Right,
we
free
need,
slot.
We need, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to fix.
I
the
have a welding
attachment
torch if
problem.
you need it for the
Yes.
ship thing.
Welding torch would be great.
There you go. And I only got 2 canisters of fuel for it though, so whatever you're gonna use it on,
It'll make it last.
get a good welder.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do this. Let's
If
do
you
the
needed a big
welding
chain,
ASAP.
I noticed that hold
There's a
on.
lot of ships around here, right?
Yeah, there's a couple in particular that seem to have pretty good quality ankle chains. So
You have done your research. I am impressed.
I don't know what materials are about. If something wants something, if I don't have it, then I gotta say I can have it for you by this afternoon, and then go get the shit. So
You want a part-time job when you're rich and don't have anything to do?
possibly, I'm looking for investments, especially now that my
Yeah.
husband's dead.
Honestly, I was just gonna put you up front and have you fuck with people.
That could also be fun. Yeah, the sailboat, the Aquaholic, if you needed fabric, they had really good sales. Also, that was Tara's ship. She would be so pissed. It would be beautiful. The decked out, that was my old boat. We've got a good stainless steel anchor.
Chain from the decked out.
Yeah.
Fabric from the
Aquaholic.
Aquaholic.
Yeah.
Bobby, May, we need to make that a priority because if that doesn't
Oh,
work,
yeah. No, that's number 1. That's what we're doing right now.
Then I might need to call in my favor for that.
Yeah, also, I do have some sales here right now. Let me just give you some. Goes down, opens, the bathroom area, and you see that, the impromptu shower. That's totally not functional, because there's no more water in the water tank. Or she's saving the water in the water tank for drinking water. She pulls out, some folded sailboats. Here, you don't have to scavenge for sails. You've got some sails if you need them. I don't know what you
Perfect.
might need them for. Covered, camouflage, whatever. Fucking, who knows. But, yeah, the chain from the decked out. Here's the key. I've already gotten all my personal possessions off it.
All right. Then we get to work.
Alright. And is there anything else anyone wants to do before we close on this night of probably little to no sleep for you guys?
I will mention to Bobby May as we're walking over. So you killed the guy?
Excuse me?
I didn't say
That's
nothing.
it. I just wanted to mention that. We can pick up next week.
Who said I killed a guy?
Oops, aggressively, like warbling back and forth. No, like it wasn't me.
Yeah, who said I killed a guy, Parker?
Oh, I thought we were ending. Oh,
Oh.
no, I stepped on a landmine.
I mean, we can end on that, sure.
Who said it? We could pick up from there. Was there anything Teddy and Irina wanted to do before we end here? Before we do the last minute preparations? No?
Ooh.
Oh.
I got it.
All right.
Irina, when we get out of here, we should get a boat.
Just gives him like the longest look, like. So we can sink again?
Not today.
Certainly not.
That's all I got.
And then that's where we'll end tonight's session with Irina finishing up the very intense ritual, Bobby May and Parker getting some ideas and some guns and cocaine and instant coffee. And we'll pick up next week. Next week, we might have 1 or 2 guests, so that'll be very exciting. 1 or 2. I'm waiting to hear back from some people, yeah. So, thank you everyone for tonight as we wrap up on Wednesday, April 23rd, 1986. Tomorrow is D-Day, also known as Device Day, or Demolitions Day, or That's Gonna Be Crazy Day. So, let's go around, let's say who we are, where we can find you, and your highlights from tonight's game. We'll go in reverse order, or actually the same order as we went around. So, Parker Lee, how was today for you?
Today was good. Yeah, had a lot of fun. I'm Yutsai. Had a lot of fun with Parker. Can't believe I only get to play him a couple more times. But yeah, so much more thinking, so many things, and apparently we forgot a very critical part of the plan, so we gotta fix that real quick. But yes, hi, I'm Yutsai. This is the thing I'm currently doing. Hopefully I'll be doing more things in the future. I do enjoy playing with fun people, and these are all so many fun people, even if I am Parva City currently. Was a little lower energy. It's been a rough week for me, but everyone rolled with it, and it was nice. It was nice. I got to kind of feel that energy as Parker, so it did actually perk me up in real life too. So I thank you all for that. It was a lot of fun. Favorite moments? Yeah, it's just everything's actually coming together, and I admit, I'm always a fan of when everything's kind of fantastical and crazy. Those like small moments where we acknowledge, yeah, this is completely wild and we're all probably gonna die, but still, we're gonna give it our damnedest to get out of here alive. So, little bits of clarity in the wildness of it all.
Indeed. Speaking of clarity in the wildness of everything, Bobby May Dean, how was tonight for you?
Tonight was a blast. I love this game. I'm very excited. I was sad I wasn't, here last week, and I'm very excited that I'm back now for this week and our last 2 episodes. So, yeah, I'm Nugget Source. You can find me here pretty much exclusively playing in our Monday game and then our Tuesday game, where we just started the Ghost of Saltmarsh, and it's very exciting. We're starting to meet all the characters, and I'm loving it. And then, of course, in this game, where I play Bobby May Dean, the investigative photojournalist who's a murderer, which I'm pretty sure people suspected, but I haven't
early on.
confirmed. Yeah, I haven't confirmed until now. She murdered her sister, and she sat by and watched as other people were murdered in front of her and took photos of it. Totally normal.
Not at all psychopath.
Not at all psychopath. Not even a little bit. My favorite part, I really liked the moments between Irina and Teddy. I love them. I love them together. So I'm very excited that happened. I really liked talking with the Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a really cool, savvy character, and I'm glad she's gonna knock on wood, fingers crossed, survive and come with us. And then, of course, interacting with Parker and just, being like, yo, you need to snap out of this. Like, stop it. Come on. And Parker's just kind of like everything hitting him kind of all at once. And I thought that was here at the end. It was a very like kind of somber moment that I really enjoyed. But yeah, that's me. I'm excited for next week. And I'm excited to see if anybody dies or if, who survives. It'll be interesting.
Yes, next week everything goes crazy, eventually, so we'll see how that goes. Speaking of crazy, someone who I love dearly, Irina Zhao. How are you?
Also kind of crazy. That was an amazing session, as usual. Loved especially my confirmation that Bobby May is a killer. Like that, I've been waiting for it since, I don't know how many sessions ago. So that was an amazing reveal. And that she may not love Parker, but that she is attached to Parker, which is the closest thing we're gonna get when it comes to psychopaths that are totally definitely not Bobby May. So I ship it, okay? Look, romance novels still qualify as romance even if the other person is a psychopath, as long as they don't cheat. Cheating's the only thing you're not allowed to do. So this works!
So if Parker mind swapped with a Yithian... I'm kidding. He's not allowed to do that either, apparently. Anything else?
I love this game, so I'm here while dying. Hopefully Irina does not die next week. Very excited. I will be here next week, as usual, unless I, actually expire. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
You're not allowed to die, IRL, just letting you know.
I got Bobby made.
You got Bobby made. So, someone who has used the term Bobby made. Dimples and Dice. Teddy, how are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, as well as one can after this. Potentially going to your doom. But blowing up some weird space aliens along the way and watching your friends crumble apart. Yeah, watching Parker in a slump was not the best for Teddy. But then, Teddy's got other things to worry about. Like, can he actually use a lightning gun? That's a question to be answered. Maybe he'll study that one for a little while. Let's see. Favorite moments from tonight. I really loved the conversation between Bobby May and Goop, and then the following conversation between Parker and Goop. It was fucking hilarious on both ends of that. Also the confirmation that I killed my sister, not doing it fucking again too. Goop has had some very bad influences in his life. That is the conclusion I've come to.
You should have seen the first group.
Yeah, that's what I came away from this episode. That Goop has seen some shit that probably a little child monster thing should not have seen. They have very influenceable minds and bad teachers. So this shows you all the value of having good teachers and structures and schools, people. So pay your fucking taxes, I guess. I don't know. You can find me at Dimples and Dice. That's what I got.
Woo! Amazing. Love that. Oh my goodness. Yes, education's important. Hanging out with the right people, also important. Going to the bottom, having the right people to get out when you're trapped in a dome at the bottom of the sea, the most important. So, tune in next week for hopefully one or two guests being here and the beginning of actually Ocean's 11ing this thing, getting out, hopefully. Less stealing something, more like heisting yourselves away. So, yeah, it'll be fun. You can find us here. Oh, I guess my favorite moments. Parker finally being able to hear Goop. Having half the party hear Goop and half the party not. It's kind of be like a little weird. you guys starting to really be like, okay, yes, we've done this. What is it that we're gonna need to do? Oh, right. We should set up that bubble dome ritual. We should do that tonight. And just Irina leaving the note for Uriah, just to be like, hey, I learned your Russian code cipher. What about it? Maybe he'll think another Russian spy's down here. Who knows how he'll react to that? I'm gonna have to message Greg to find out. So that'll be fun. Just y'all being amazing and wonderful and figuring stuff out and having a plan, and you're gonna commit. And I can't wait to see everything that happens based on the consequences of your actions. That's next week. Maybe the title. I don't know. We'll find out. So tune in next week for more Ghosts of Saltmarsh on Tuesday. It's our bi-weekly game. On the opposite week, we'll have Monday, our Call of Another Deep campaign, our Mondays in Exandria game, where we are in deep. And that one, let me tell you what, but Ghosts of Saltmarsh just getting started. They met at a funeral, had some dip and sauce, made some friends, and are now about to explore a haunted house that someone's inherited. I'm sure it's totally not haunted. I'm sure it's totally fine. But we'll find out. They're all level 1. Let's see how this goes. And then of course next week, for Lilith and Fire. And more things are being plotted in the works. Not for the month of February. There'll be very little here in the second half of February, but starting in March. And maybe this summer. I'm talking with people about something. So keep your eyes peeled. And until next time, have fun and play games.